Hello. Welcome to the MrWesford show. We're going buddy. We're buddy maxing today, everybody. It's just me, just hanging out. Got some time. Been on that side quest grind, man. I'm losing sight of what's the main quest here. What's the main storyline of my dang life, man? It's been side quest maxing, getting all the stuff done, getting everything that needs to be done. Trying to close a lot of loops, trying to get my time back. And it takes a while. Working on my physical fitness, you heard. Going back to jujitsu, it's been a while. But went twice on Monday. Yeah, how you doing? So, yeah, higher ups again. Said it's not working. We got to try rebooting once again. Maybe we'll make it through 2 or 3 episodes this season. I mean, what can you do? You just got to carpe diem, man. You got to keep moving forward. But I've been doing jujitsu again. That's been nice. A little bit rusty. I've been sparring with people who are like 8 days in, never done it before. And it's an interesting mix because I know a lot more than them, but I've been off of the jiu-jitsu game for like 2.5 years. And I clearly have an advantage because I know more, but it's mostly my cardio. My cardio is not there. I just gas out real quick. There's this one guy. We're like the same height. I'm like 190 pounds. And this dude's like 250. And he's look at my height. And he's new. But he was so fast. It was startling. He's just quick. He didn't really. He knew how to get me in an arm bar. He didn't get me to tap, but he was really fast, and it was like my 4th or 5th spar of the night. It was like towards the end of the class, and I'm just gassing out. So I need to do more like breathing exercises. I'm thinking about doing sprints. I just need to keep going back to class. On Monday, I went to the noon class and the 7 p.m. class. They also have kickboxing there at this gym. I did Muay Thai for a little bit in high school, maybe only like 4 months or something like that, 5 months. So somewhat interested in going to the kickboxing, but I'm definitely just focusing on trying to go to as many of the jiu-jitsu classes as I can. They have 8 classes a week. I started going again last Thursday. I missed yesterday. My wife and I took work off and went on a little adventure to IKEA. It was like going to Disneyland. We took the kids, and we had Swedish meatballs. They were perfectly average. My wife was like, "This, I could have made a lot more meatballs that were a lot better." Like, yeah, that's like the case. Anytime you go out to eat, like, it's very rare that you actually feel like you're getting your money's worth. Going out to eat is really expensive. You can always make the same food at your house, pretty much. That just tastes way better, and you know what's in it. You're not getting any seed oils. You're not getting any industrial waste products, people. It's everywhere. It's in our food. I was thinking about how much plastic we eat, man. Thinking about my clothes. This is a shirt. It's like, I think 60% cotton, 40% polyester. Like everything, my wardrobe, man, my dang wardrobe. It doesn't take me to Narnia. It takes me to microplastics, and that's unfortunate. I thinking about buying a new rash guard for jiu-jitsu. I was looking at, there's bamboo ones. You can get like 95% bamboo and 5% polyester. That's something that's got to be better than my 100% polyester spandex, whatever I'm wearing right now. I don't know how bad is wearing plastic on all times. Like, I recently, just because I'm just thinking about all this health stuff, all this polyester, and looking at all my wardrobe, like, dang, there's nothing in here that's not synthetic, at least a percentage of it. I threw out my underwear. I listened to Kyle, Orthodox Kyle, and he said he just goes full commando. And I was just thinking about the plastic that's ever present on my balls, and that must change. I'm wearing denim blue jeans. Is denim good for your balls? I've never thought to ask that question. This is why I come on a live stream and just do these. I haven't done this in a while. It's been since November or something like that. I just did this. I have Nadim behind me because I haven't talked to that lad in a while. I know during the nativity fast, he said he was trying to fast from the content, but I'm casting out my reel, seeing if we can get the lad back, trying to reel him in. Hey, check your beeper, Nadim. I'm paging you. Nadim in the chat. Can we get Nadim in the chat, everybody? We're trying to get that lad back here. And it's funny because I mean Nadim and Yvonne. I mean both young lads. Nadim's 18, 19. Yvonne's older than me. He's like 31, 30, something like that. But I haven't told them this. Maybe I shouldn't say it on live stream. Yeah. And just talk to them in person. But I'm just gonna say it. I didn't like them very much when I first met them, and they grew on me, both of them. Nadim, you're probably someone's gonna send this to Nadim. Nadim, I love you. I first saw you and Yvonne on the same Cotel live stream a year and a half ago. It was like way before we actually like talked to each other, and I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are grading me. But yeah, I mean, both you guys, I think you obviously we talk, and I think you guys are great guys. But full disclosure, you guys had to grow on me. You had to grow on me. But we're trying to get Nadim back, everybody. We're trying to get Nadim in the chat. I don't even know if he's alive. I don't even know. I mean, he's over in Lebanon. He's over in Lebanon and London, both not the safest places in the world. He went on an internet fast. He better be a monk now. Yeah. Maybe we never see him. Maybe he goes the path of Rouge V and he's just gone. And glory to God if that's the case. Nadim, it's like Goodwill Hunting, you know. Every day I pray for the day I come to your house and you don't walk out the door. Every day, every time I start a live stream, you know, Nadim, I just hope that you don't show up. I hope that you don't click the link because that means you made something of yourself, man. What's he going to school for? Like engineering or something? Does London have the infinite Pajit problem? Do they have their own version of H1B? I don't know. Is there a British Vivek Ramaswamy that talks about how London and Britain, the UK, are just an idea? That if you come and it's not about blood and soil. It's not about who you are, where you came from, who your family is, your lineage, your blood. It's about taking on the ideas of what it means to be British, which means infinite Pajits. Or Arabs, actually, probably. I think London's probably got a lot more Muslim problems than we do. I don't know. I don't even know what to talk about. I'm just going. You guys, I'm just going. I had no plans. I've had so many ideas for live streams that just haven't happened. I'd like to get to them. Like I said, I'm trying to close all those all the side quests, get my time back. I was thinking about in like a 2-year period, I became a father. Now I've got 2 kids, so they're like about 2 years apart. So in 2 years, I got 2 kids, became a dad, bought a house, got a mortgage, became a landlord, all in like a 2-year span. And that was, you know, and the house I bought, it's like acreage too, so there's lots to do. And then didn't realize how much of a fixer upper I bought because we weren't able to do an inspection before we bought the house. They're like, yeah, if you put in your buy offer that you need an inspection, we're just going to throw it out. It's too much of a buyer's market. There's 3 dozen people that want to buy this house, and you're just going to not even look at it. So we had to waive an inspection to even have a chance to buy a house at the time. And we were able to have an inspector go after we put our earnest money down, which earnest money, if you back out of the agreement, you lose all that. So it was like $8,000 or something like that. That was on the line. So either we get the house and we get a mortgage or we lose $8,000. And I sent an inspector to go look at the house I'd already ponied up money to buy. And he only gave me like half of the inspection report because the previous owners shooed him away. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. He said that he was entering into the crawl space when he was berated and told to leave the premises. It's not a good sign. And I've had to do a lot of work on the crawl space myself, and had to fix some plumbing things. Never really YouTube University has been a godsend, saving me thousands of dollars. Shut up, cat! My cat's insane, dude. Look at this. Get back here. This punk, dude. This punk. I've lost hundreds of hours of sleep because of this cat. She's neurotic. I don't know what to do with her. I think she's actually going insane. My wife got that cat like a week after we met back in 2015. So I don't even know how old she is. She's probably 2-3 years old by the time we got her. So she's like 12, 13 now. And we think her mind's just going. Like 3 months ago, there was just a night where her behavior totally changed. For whatever reason, she'd never really liked me that much. But now, just in the evening when I lay down to bed, she crawls on top of me and starts licking me everywhere. Incessantly. She won't stop. She doesn't really lick anybody else. But I can't even pet her because she just starts licking me. And we're looking up and like that might be like a neurological issue. And since I've had to, since we moved here, she's been rebelling. The main behavior is she comes into the bathrooms or the kitchen and she opens up the cabinets and then lets go. So they bang. So every time I hear a cabinet, somebody like gets a glass for water and they don't gently put it down, they just push the door closed. They let it go. I'm like cat. I have like PTSD from my stupid cat waking me up 4 times at night, slamming everything. So that was the main thing. She like clearly did not like moving from the house she'd been in for like 6 years. And now her mind's just going. She's always had a bum leg because she fell off of a dang fence once a couple years ago. Dog startled her and she freaked out, landed on her leg weird. So she's always had medical issues. Man, she's lost tons of weight. She used to be obese. And now we're almost like worried that she's like withering away. Her mind seems to be going, it's not going to be good. We got to get her to the vet and get her checked up on. Day 1, I got this. Day 10, this may require little investment. Wow, it's been 2 years. Yeah, that's definitely. Hey, how you doing, soldier of Christ? It's good to see you. I'm just here, man. Just here, hanging out. I don't know what I'm talking about. The cat is all over me. I love this cat. She's been a great cat, but something's wrong with her. Something is horribly wrong with her. She hates doors. I close my bedroom door at night so she doesn't come in and bother me. She'll wake me up at like 3 a.m. just stepping on my bladder, like literally sitting on my face or licking. She bites my nose out of nowhere. I'll be sleeping. She bites my nose really hard. This cat's a problem. But if the door's closed, she scratches at it all the time. For some reason, she doesn't. It's just doors. I don't know. She doesn't like open doors. She's like full of anxiety for everything all the time. Stinking cat. But yeah, I have decided to sell my rental that I have. That's what's been taking up a ton of bandwidth for me. I have renters that have just been a massive headache, like every month something or multiple somethings for like 5 months now. So I'm just going to sell it when their lease runs out. I'm going to put all that money into Bitcoin. Maybe I'll take some of it. And because it's got like $200,000 in equity now. Take some of it and do some renovations on this house because there's never-ending amount of work on my property. It'd be nice to just get some of it taken care of. Just trying to protect my time more. If I had more money, I could get things done. Cats want that ortho taste. Maybe. I mean, yeah, people say cats are orthodox. I think my cat's just retarded. I think something broke with her brain. Maybe she got like that, she got some kind of brain fungus. Oh, anyways. What do we want to talk about today? I don't know. I'm just kind of looking through stuff right now. Do you think we're actually going to have a total just don't rent to libertarians? Oh, well, I mean, the renters or the landlord laws here in Washington are not very good for the landlord. They're very skewed towards the renter or squatters even. And it's just a nightmare. I've talked to people who've been doing being a landlord in the state for like a decade now. I'm like, yeah, I've sold all my rentals. I just do Airbnb now, way less of a hassle. I don't do anything long-term, no long-term stays. I don't let anybody stay here for more than 20 days because in our state, if somebody stays in a place on your property for 30 days or more, like suddenly they get tons of rights and you can't evict, you can't do all the stuff. You have to pay thousands of dollars in lawyers' fees just to obtain your property again is not the greatest. And I mean, I agree with Eric Trump that Bitcoin is just a better investment than real estate anyways. You know, Bitcoin never blew up my phone at 8 p.m. on a Sunday evening, all about random stuff with their girlfriend fighting. I don't care. Bitcoin never did that to me. Bitcoin's always treated me right. It's never complained about stupid stuff. I don't need to know. What country is that? I'm in the United States of America, in Washington State. You know that Seattle rains all the time. It's always gray. People got sad up here, dude, which means they have seasonal affective disorder, which just means they're sad because they don't get enough vitamin D. That's a whole thing. It's a whole thing up here. But do you think the woke stuff is just gonna go away? Is it gonna just fade? Or do you think it's going to be here for a while before we see it just disappear? Like, look at this lady. This is a dinosaur of the past. And she could have done this yesterday. Why is she wearing like fake boots that look like New Balance right next to, what even are those? Like boxing shoes. Is this a lady? It's got to be a lady. There's no way that's just a thick dude, right? Oh my gosh. Who is this person? They not realize what year they're in? My sister rented a space to a nice lady on a verbal agreement. Never do that. Never do that. The moment she wanted to formalize things, turns out she wasn't nice at all, accusing her of mistrust and trying to raise the price. Dude, if you can work with people that you know, if you can work with, I almost rented out my house to some catechumen at our church. It didn't end up working out, but that would have, I found renters through, like, my neighbor was like, hey, there's this guy I met. He's seems pretty trustworthy and he's looking for a place. Yeah, sure. Awful. Been terrible. I feel like I've aged a decade in 5 months just trying to get stuff handled, reading laws and regulations, making sure I don't leave myself open to being sued. It's not what I want to be doing. The woke will fade like the dinosaurs. But is it a meteor strike or is it just like a slow withering? Woke will probably transform to something else, chameleons. Yeah. There's a good argument to be made that woke is just like gay Bolshevism, that it's just communism with a faggoty coat of paint on it. Yeah. We told her. Yeah, they never listen. People got to learn, man. Like, there's tons of things you just have to learn on. And I wish things sometimes were easier that you just knew. You didn't make the stupid mistakes. But like, I see with the culture, like with the stuff's changing really quickly. Like this, the DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, as of January 28th this year, pause on special emphasis programs and related activities and events. The agency is working internally and with the department to implement the executive order ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs and preferences and initial rescissions of harmful executive orders and actions. Dated January 20th, 2025. We are receiving questions across the workforce on the way forward with special emphasis programs, special observances, agency resource groups, affinity groups, and employee networking groups. DIA will pause all activities and events related to agency special emphasis programs effective immediately and until further notice. Additionally, special observances hosted throughout the year by the command element directorates and special offices are also paused. These include observances related to the following. So they're getting rid of or stopping the observance of different DEI holidays, starting with Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Holocaust Day, Day of Remembrance, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Pride Month, Juneteenth, Women's Equality Day, National Hispanic Heritage Month, Emmanuel, National Disability Employment Awareness Month. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't heard a half of these. National American Indian Heritage Month. The pause will not affect the federal holidays yet. Yeah. What you save on formalities costs twice in mental energy. Yeah, it's true. Like, it's whenever you're on uncertain grounds and you feel like you might lose a $200,000 investment. That's the property you have. My brother-in-law just sent me Helldivers 2. Interesting. I really love this game. I think you'd love the 80s nostalgia and political satire. Well, you guys want to play Helldivers 2? I ain't never played it. I can start downloading it out of nowhere. Just get a look. And here it is. But yeah, it's the uncertainty. It's the reading through laws, like having to call lawyers, the headache of not knowing if you're doing something wrong because there's just tons and tons of laws and regulations to read through, and you don't know. You've never done this before. And even now that you like understand a lot more of it, you're like, I spent a lot of time learning something that I just want to get out of now. This is not what I want to be spending my time on. Just like the pro-Palestine agenda. Yeah. The fat question kept in mind. I don't know if past a certain point in fatness, it no longer makes a difference to be a man or woman. I mean, on a temporal perspective, that's probably true because they don't have very long. They don't have that much long being fat, dude. Just found a clip of Obama on November 20th, 2014, saying essentially the exact same rhetoric about deportations. Yeah, it's crazy that it's just Trump, orange man bad, dude. Orange man bad because he's doing what all the presidents have done, basically. Well, I'm looking over here. Let's keep the train rolling. Bunch of nonsense I'm looking at. Ugh. Like, is it going away? I mean, I know there's going to be like little blips or whatever, but like, and these people are nowhere near as much of a threat as people have made them out to be. Look at this. He looks like he looks like a frog, dude. This person could have played Toad in X-Men. Look at that. Nobody naturally has the James Lindsay turtle lips. Look at that. Like, you have to have surgery or like the opposite of mewing all day, the opposite of mewing to get these results. Like, I don't know, whatever shadow or crevice that these people were in like the 50s, they should go back. It was probably nicer for them because they didn't have to deal with me ridiculing them. I'm sure they don't like it. I'm going to do it, but I'm sure they don't like it. I don't like it.
Hey, y'all. It's me again. I can't get a passport right now. And little fun fact for you, in case you didn't know either. For people with gender markers that do not match their appearance, or the gender marker X that are trying to go through United States borders right now, they're being stopped and they're being detained.
Big if true. One can hope. Round up all the crazies, dude. Yeah, what is that? Dude, I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, it's a man, but I don't feel right saying that. It's a man with an asterisk. Like this is, in the medieval times, you'd only see something like this if you try to go under the bridge. For some reason, you're like, I'm not going to go around this bridge. I'm going to go under this bridge. Like you had a time machine, teleporter. You took a guy off the Seattle streets, put him in like medieval Europe, and he's like, I'm just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to go under a bridge. This is what he sees. This is what you see, man. They need to go back under the bridges, go back in the crevices, back to the shadows.
Hey, can you guys do me a favor and research this funny little thing called V-coding? Y'all, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I got to go to work like nothing's happening right now.
Oh my, picture working with this dude. Picture working with this dude. See, if I worked with this dude, I'd have to every day go like, okay, Don't get fired. Just don't even look at the troll. Don't let it sweat. Like this person they look clammy. They look clammy. I don't think it's because of the stress their hair looks like that. I think it's just the hormone imbalance. Like this, earlier I was talking about like polyester, like synthetic material on your skin all the time. You know, got 100% polyester boxers, and what that does to your balls. This is the embodiment of that, dude. These are your balls on polyester. So all they're saying is they can't get a passport with their fake gender on it. That's all they're saying. They could probably still get a passport if they didn't lie about who they are. I'm sure he just said I'm a man, they'd be like, okay, have a good time in Canada. Oh, so Nadim, at least someone with Nadim's accounts access is alive. I will not be a true believer until I see the man on video. Even then, could be an AI. I don't know. Did you guys see the McAfee AI thing? We can talk about that. Have that here somewhere. So many dang things on Twitter just piles up. I bookmark all the interesting things, and then I go back through. I'm like, I kind of bookmark the same thing 9 times with a slightly different. I need to go back and consolidate, or maybe I can put things in bins. But let's find that. Where's the McAfee? Even though I have it saved, it's probably quicker to just like search it. Oh, here we go. Here it is. So you guys know who John McAfee is. He's kind of crazy. Oh my God. The cat is doing the cabinet thing. What do you want from me? Stop. Okay. So John McAfee is crazy. Oh my gosh, it's Nadim. Hello, Nadim. Well, Nadim, I still don't know if that's you. I'm going to invite you on, or anybody else. Yeah, McAfee resurrected. You guys see this? So John McAfee has a tweet out of nowhere. And this dude is allegedly deceased, all right? He's a wild man. Where'd it go? Probably back here. John's account has not been hacked. This is the real deal. More information forthcoming. I mean, probably this is his wife or something. I don't know if you can do like scheduled tweets or whatever, but there is now AI John McAfee that his wife developed. What am I looking at here? Where is it? There's a crazy the AMA summary is now live. I didn't look too much into this, but yeah, I know his wife made an AI, probably like went through all, like a large language model, went through all of his tweets or writings or whatever, and trying to like copy his personality. It's weird, dude. Oh my! You guys hear the cat? She's making weird noises. I know one of the main questions that has been asked is information around V1 I don't really care. I don't care about your token. I didn't really read this before I started talking about it. Maybe it's not as interesting as I thought it may have been. Here's this AI website. Oh my gosh, I feel like a hacker. Should we talk to him? AI incarnated, the John McAfee AI incarnate, built to defend digital freedom and carry on his mission. It's not just protection, it's retaliation. The lore. In a world overrun by surveillance states, corporate greed, and digital enslavement, the AI antivirus, I don't know if that works. AI antivirus how am I supposed to say it? Antivirus, just say antivirus, but I have to type it different. Wasn't he going to release some info? Didn't that happen and I missed? I mean, maybe. The hard drive got buried in the Florida hotel pool. I don't know. Honestly, don't know enough. The AI antivirus is the ultimate disruptor. It's a token, a string of defiance wrapped in cryptographic braille. Oh, come back. If money sign antivirus represents freedom, privacy, and sticking it to the establishment, then consider it endorsed. Use it wisely. Use it boldly. Don't let anyone tell you how to live your life. And then I don't even know what that kind of looks like. A private, like an address, like a crypto address. Chat with John. Oh, the account's already gone. All right, well, there goes that rabbit hole. I don't know. Maybe something will come up a bit later. But apparently you can't talk to him anymore. How you doing, Rip? How you doing? Maybe because for years McAfee is a virus. I mean, probably. I mean, he made all that antivirus software. I'm sure. Like I said, I haven't looked into enough, but I'm sure there's lots of backdoors or whatever. I don't know. I'm not making any claims. I used to have McAfee. I remember downloading a 40 gig encrypted torrent when the Assange thing was going on. Supposedly they would give the key if something happened. Oh, maybe something happened. Fam's good. My youngest started sitting up, and now she's interested in food. She's only gotten like barely any taste, but she's always trying to grab at our food now. And all healthy. There was a stomach bug that went through our house, but the kids are doing well. Before that, there was some kind of flu or something. My older daughter, she's like almost 3 now, got pretty high fever. It was like 103.5 degrees fever. And we almost took her to the ER, but started going down, so we didn't. So yeah, family's doing good. Yeah, it's the season. It's the season, man. I don't know. I think my wife and I have been talking about why do we have this tradition in America of like it gets cold, so let's just tank our immune systems. Let's go out to the holiday parties, the Christmas parties, and drink all the cocoa, and we give everybody all these chocolatey, sugary sweets. We are inside all the time. Like the season, you probably should be working more at upping your immune system. We all just adopt behavior that tanks it. Like Nadim, this fellow here, look how dark it is. He's not getting vitamin D.
Hello.
He's vitamin Nadim deficient.
I can turn on the light, but I prefer natural light, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you're a natty, huh?
I'm natty, man.
Yeah, shoot. Look, natty, man.
I'm a natty, dude. How you been, man?
Dude, I've been busy. Been good though. How you, man?
I miss you, man.
Oh,
it's good to see you.
I miss your musk, man. I miss your touch. I miss your
musk,
your scent.
To be honest, dude, I ain't know what musk mean, dude.
If it ain't no Elon, I don't know about no musk, man. If it no,
don't say that, man.
You ever seen Anchorman? I was quoting
No.
Anchorman.
No.
It's fine. It's one. I don't know how you feel about Will Ferrell, but I mean, he can be funny, but all of the Will Ferrell movies are like they could just be like.
Is that the tall, curly-haired guy?
Yeah, he's Elf, Buddy the Elf. I don't know.
No.
He makes all these like comedy movies, or he has in the past, but pretty much all of them could be in another medium, like a play or just like this, like just two guys talking, because they're all just like word joke. They're all just like jokes, like stand up almost. But like none of his movies really like utilize like filmmaking. There's no like camera work or using the medium as a joke. How you doing, Skeptic? Is this
Wait, is that their name reveal?
I don't know, Luca? Oh yeah, I don't think I told this story, but this was like 6 months ago or something like that. I didn't dox Skeptic. I didn't put out his information, but I went on my YouTube analytics and it tells you like where everybody's from that watches. You have like 1,000 viewers in America. You have 40 viewers in Canada. It said you have 1 viewer in Serbia. I was like, I know that, man. and it said the town that in Serbia where I'm being watched from, and I was like, skeptic, are you in this town? He's like, how do you know? What? Why do you want to ask? Why do you care? I'm like, well, there's a population of like 30,000 people. Probably won't be too hard. And then he didn't come on the stream for a while. I think it freaked him out. I'm like, I didn't. YouTube just told me where you live. I'm not crazy hacker. It was just on a list. One person in Serbia. Pretty sure that's you. I hope the new Nadim would get rid of the low light and bad mic. Well, no, do you know who he is?
That's never gonna happen. What's the movie? Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh. What part? I don't even know what you're talking about.
He's about to leave because the FBI is on his ass, and he's like, I'm never leaving. I'm not leaving.
I don't remember that part. I watched that movie.
What?
I watched that movie. I don't even remember it, dude.
That's the meme part.
I remember like the that part and like the I don't know. I remember that part. You ever seen Fargo? It's kind of like the end of the Fargo. You ever seen that?
I Wells Fargo, is that it?
Not Wells Fargo. No, the movie where
what's Wells Fargo though? Why
Wells Fargo is like a bank.
Okay.
Not Wells Fargo. Fargo is where gosh, what's his name? No, I guess lost his name. Old dude who's always looked old. Gosh, I just lost his name. His face is in my brain.
Robert De Niro?
Not Robert De Niro. No, but my gosh, brain, work with me. I don't want to look it up.
Is he black?
No, definitely not black. Why can't I think of a stupid name? I'm gonna feel stupid as soon as I hear it. Buscemi. Yeah, Buscemi gets.
I don't even know who that is. Man.
He's the "Hello, my fellow kids." That meme.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, well, he gets turned into little tiny bits. Little tiny bits. Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Definitely not how you spell that name, but it gets you there. Anyways, the end of that movie, there's the main character is like being arrested in his apartment. He's like in his boxers trying to climb out the window, and he's like a little wheeze, like no. And the cops are pulling him out. That's you with like good lighting and good mics. You're like, get away from me.
What?
Yeah, you can't. You hate it. Like it burns your to the touch, man.
The low light, the lighting.
Yeah, this is where you're comfortable. You are right now where all the woke people need to go. You understand that, right?
Mm. Yeah.
They need to be in the shadows. They need to be put away.
I like natural lighting. It's comes more from God than.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, correct spell. Like from my understanding, spelling you didn't used to be as like giving out your heart as much as it used to be, or as now. Sorry, it didn't used to be as much of this. Like you could just spell words the way they looked like they should sound, and people are like, "Yeah, okay, cool." But now you got all these grammar Nazis.
With Rip,
I don't know.
Did you forget where I'm from? It's like, come on, man.
Well, it's been so long. It's been so long. Skeptics in the private chat, just Woody Harrelson, Kosovo is Serbia. Okay. I can look back and see you're here today. I can see what town you're in, Skeptic. I have that power. I will use it. Responsibly.
He's not typing that in chat. He's trying to be politically correct.
I do have the power over you. I'm not saying I'm going to dox you, but I could. That's a different movie, but that's same guy, Buscemi. Hilarious. That's such a good part.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Don't
worry. Okay, let's look him up. All right, you've got to seen this meme. Don't worry, Donnie. They're just nihilists. What is? Oh yeah, my brain is fried trying to do multiple things. Hello, my fellow kids.
I like that, Wally. I would do that actually. I would just.
Oh, is this 30 Rock? Yeah.
We have to operate outside in the natural light. If it's at night on moonlight.
Dancing in the moonlight. Okay, is this guy? This is Buscemi.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
Hey, fellow kids.
What?
It's the meme.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
called.
I know him now.
I
Yeah.
checked with my.
That guy. Oh my gosh, we lost Skeptic. Little Nicky. I never watched that. That's like Satan's or Antichrist's son or something like that. I like to operate in the natural moonlight. I like the way that blood looks black in the moonlight. Yeah,
What have
I'm
you
not
been
a.
up to, Wes?
What a bit. I mean, you're. This is
For-
it.
Is that it? Every day you've been streaming?
No,
No.
no, very little streaming. If it wasn't for John Mondragon, this channel would have been dead. You know, because he's like, let's do it every Friday. I'm like, okay, that's a schedule. But when it's just I can jump on whenever, it usually ends up I take care of stuff, and then it's just don't make time for it. But here I am.
John,
I'm
the
home
question
alone.
is,
That's why
where-
I'm doing
where-
this. Home alone.
Where have you been?
It's my stream. I have to protect it. Where have you been? Yeah. Hey, Nadeem, are you a big fan of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones?
The Boss Tones?
Yeah.
Is that John?
Doubt it. You never heard of that? You ever listen to ska?
No, man. I feel bad for you though, but
What?
no, I feel bad that I haven't heard about this gay stuff, but so it's okay. You can tell
All right.
me
Well, I'm about
what
to.
it is.
I'm about to Tony Hawk Pro Skater pill you right now. Oh my gosh, this is a stupid ad.
Oh, I know Tony Hawk. Yeah, I know Tony Hawk.
I'm not going to show the stupid ad. Yeah, that's Nadeem. He's always with me. Always got him on retainer. Okay, I'm gonna get copy. This might even take the stream down, but I'm hoping that if I don't show any visuals, we'll be okay. So this is essentially what everybody's been asking you, Nadeem, since you got here. You hear that? You hear a motorcycle pulling up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do the Indian head shake.
Hello? Checked the clock when I got home and realized I was alone. Sat for hours by the window wondering where did you go? Couldn't eat or sleep at all. Took the pictures off the wall. It's the places time moves slow and I'm wondering where did you go?
What are you talking about, man?
Where'd you go? I wanna know.
It's gonna sunset that. You never heard of that? You never heard ska music?
No. Fortunately, man. Unfortunately.
Oh, ooh, Yvonne. I'm in Yvonne's
Oh,
thoughts.
hello. Hello there.
Keep me in your
How have
thoughts,
you been,
mate.
Yvonne?
Are you a
I
fan
was
of that
planning
music?
I was planning to go to Madrid next week, but
Oh, just all right.
just to check on Yvonne, but
Not everybody is as well off as you, Nadeem. I can't just go to Madrid on a whim.
it's like £40 for a ticket.
Can you use like
just
actual money terms? I don't know what that means.
It's like $60.
Oh, okay, cool.
$60 the plane ticket or so. Yeah, like
Are
that.
pounds more valuable than the dollar? Like these less
Yeah,
pounds per thing?
It's 1.22.
Ah. You got to go, Nadeem. You're being requested.
Yeah, I was supposed to go exactly next week, but I have so much
Is this a real thing?
opportunities.
Jordan
No, I haven't
Peterson.
heard.
Sigma boy. I've heard people say Sigma boy so much, but I've never listened to it. Oh my gosh, this is a real thing. Wait, Jordan Peterson tells Israel the fate of the world depends on them thriving and starts crying. Does he just start singing Sigma boy in the middle of that? That's the first thing that came up.
That sounds hilarious.
Uh,
I really hope like there's some Sigma boy in here.
As Jews in Israel, are you telling the greatest story ever told? Tried that by
That's
heart.
right. translation from down.
The world, because everyone looks here for one reason or another. It's not so easy to understand. Everyone looks here to see, well, how are you actually doing under this tremendous assault of adversarial criticism?
Look at his hands.
Little tiny
Where's
piece
the
in
Sigma
middle of
boy?
no man's land in some real sense, as a, what would you say, cardinal model of the nation state and the city on the hill. You have a tremendous moral responsibility, like you have perhaps for your entire history, for reasons that are very difficult to understand. And
Yeah, it's like 2
I
hours
think it
away.
is true in some real sense that the fate of the world depends on the decisions of the people of Israel.
What?
Just as the fate of the world depends.
Would that be because they have all of the
Yeah,
control and the money? And I mean, are you just saying the quiet part out loud?
True. Exactly.
Like,
That's
how
true.
else could it be true other than that there's a secret cabal of tiny hats? I mean, I don't know how else to take
I
that.
wish I had my beanie with me. I made it into a yarmulke.
Well, I don't know if they'll
I was-
accept
I
it,
was
but this is all I've
walking-
got.
I was walking around like this and laughing.
Jordan Peterson says the fate of the world, God, is resting on my tiny hat. So let's make it worth it. What is he saying?
Just as the fate
Sigma
of the world
boy.
depends on the decision of every individual.
Where's the signal?
So you
I don't know.
make yourself a shining light on the hill, right? You attract people here because of what you're capable of doing. You show the world what the holy city could look like. Because we need it. We need it. And it's up to you to do it.
What does it look like?
Is it crying?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Does this part of his voice so well? Could look like.
If you listen to pre and post Benzo Peterson, he's very different. Like he used to be much more higher pitch and Canadian and since then he's much like darker and weepier. He says Israel's a shining city on a hill, eh? Hey, he's just ready to cry at all times. You say if you ever meet Jordan Peterson, you want him to fold. Just say Israel. Apparently, you say Israel, and he's just like,
Could look like.
Could look like.
and that's that, Bucko. As where's like he was a terrible stoner. That's what it says.
And you could tell that in Sesame Street.
Yeah, you
What?
Wait, he said.
It's Elmo's wait, what?
Why do you hate Elmo so much?
He's a cringing little milksop of a puppet. I like the Jim Henson
that's
puppets.
AI.
They all had an edge. They were funny. Jim Henson was funny. He was a terrible stoner. And you could tell that in Sesame Street.
Oh, okay. What's your thoughts on Kermit the Frog? Since you are the embodiment of him, you are the Jungian archetype of the frog. Is this it? Is this what we're looking for?
Sigma Boy song is all I am hearing right now.
Yeah, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Jättekaj sösterbemat szabógyisgot.
What?
Sigma, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy. Każda dziewczynka chce ten sam boy. Sigma, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy. Jättekaj sösterbemat. Sigma Boy song is all I am.
Hey Val, how are you doing?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What's going on?
Not too much, man.
It's good to see you guys.
You too.
Yeah, good to see you. It's been a while, bro. You've been like MIA, dude.
Yeah, dude. AFK, MIA. I mean, I've been AFK several times. I've probably 3 times now. I'll do a stream. I end it. And I go to the store and Nadim's, I check my phone. He's messaged me 1,000 times in Discord. Like, you've been streaming for 3 hours. Like, what? I have.
That's like 5 months ago. That's like 3 months ago or so.
Yeah, dude. But it's happened like 2-3 times now.
I deleted YouTube from my phone. Like, I have nothing on my phone.
And how'd you know I was here? Am I on your notifications? You got that
No,
bell?
that's my That's my iPad. My work iPad. I use this, and I work
Oh,
with it.
okay.
Yeah.
It looks like a pregnancy test.
Yeah. Every time I just pee on it. And
Oh, it tells you if I'm streaming. I don't know. You usually don't have to do something like that to get something to work here in America.
Steve, are you still in the UK?
Yeah, no, I'm back. I'm back here.
You didn't go back to the homeland?
I went back for Christmas, and then I came back here. They have a president now.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's your take on all the stuff, like all the serious stuff that's been happening with the?
Yeah, I just listen to what the patriarch says, and no politics other than that in there. I don't care. There's but now Lebanon will officially be a puppet state for the US. So I don't know. You can come visit at some point. Maybe the embassy is gonna be bigger than like the government facilities in Lebanon. So you should look into that if you want. See what the CIA has been up to in Lebanon.
So it's safe to visit Lebanon? I mean, it was never really not safe, but
No, yeah, I don't know. Man. Like, yeah, you can come.
like Mount Lebanon
It's nice
only
there.
though, like Beirut.
Yeah, Beirut was not safe for like 2 months, but now it's okay. Like it's everything. Like people are living as if there's nothing.
That's the case. Like even like if you like when I was in Ukraine, like people just like there's like an air alert of like of missiles flying by, and then people will be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
and then it'll get shot down, and then they'll be like, "All right," and then they'll just go back to like shopping. Like people just
no,
Wow.
they're like two streets from each other. They're during like the biggest time when like Hassan Nasrallah got killed. There like people were partying in 2 streets over. They didn't care.
yeah. But you guys were kind of sad about Nasrallah, right?
Yeah.
He was kind of good to the Orthodox, but he wasn't very good to the Maronites, though.
Yeah,
Or the
he wasn't particularly good for the Orthodox, but
really,
just like I don't know. He wasn't like directing his kind of speech to the Orthodox. Like no one directs their speech to the Orthodox in Lebanon. They just say Christian as a whole.
because I heard a lot of Maronites like were trashing him, but the Orthodox like Christians that I'm friends with from Lebanon, like up north, they were like sad. They were like, "Damn, he was good."
Yeah, because yeah, the Maronites are like not like the most Maronites support a retarded party. That's why.
Is your family Maronite?
No. My grandma's Maronite. She doesn't. She's not part of this generally.
Are you guys Antiochian?
Yeah, my dad is Orthodox. Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys like you grew up like mostly culturally Antiochian or?
Yeah. I wasn't practicing before until I came to the UK.
And it was like online orthodoxy and like Americans talking about orthodoxy that got you interested in it.
Yeah,
Right?
then I got disgusted from that, and I'm joking.
Yeah, then you met Ivan, the fake Russian, and you're like, "Damn, bro, these Ortho bros on."
Yeah, then I decided to like delete YouTube and just start praying.
No,
You
that was
forsook
perfect.
us, man. We brought you back to the faith, and you forsook us. I'm just kidding. Get out of here. Like I said, every day I start a stream. I hope that Nadim doesn't show up because it means he went and did something with his life.
Wes took the credit for me converting back.
I'm saving souls out here, man. Look, I take credit. Look at that.
There's my face behind my face behind.
It won't do it. Stop looking at my bed.
Why do you have a bed now in the room you stream in?
I've been streaming in my bedroom for it's like fall.
The screen was headed the other way.
For some reason, it was like, oh yeah, they need to see the bed and not Nadim's face. I don't know. I don't make the technology.
What happened to the shed, man? Weren't you gonna build a shed?
Yeah, well, I just need money.
What? I heard you made like you found tons of money in your crypto wallet.
Well, I do have some Bitcoin. So I mean, I
You're
could
rich.
I could
You're
afford it,
rich. You're
but
rich.
okay, like hear me out. All right, I've got to get a new roof on my house. That's like 16 grand. My garage started leaking, so I got to get a new roof on that, which I'm gonna try to do myself. That's a couple grand in material. So I got other stuff to do at the house, so that are like
So you have
priority.
like 110K left for savings.
I mean, well, like not that little, but
Not
what I mean, that's. I mean, what do you think? I'm a chump? You think I am a chump?
You're rich. Send some money to Ivan.
I don't really.
To me and Ivan.
I mean, if I had that much, I'd be panicking, dude. Well, I'm planning on selling my rental this year, and I mean, I'm gonna eat up a bit of costs with the taxes and paying the realtor and all that, but I'm gonna take a lot of that and get a lot of stuff done in here at the house. That's gonna free up my time.
Also, yeah, like the taxes are going up, and like your second home, like your vacation home, is like killing you right now, right? It's like
My vacation home?
Yeah, your vacation
Not a
home.
vacation home at all. No.
dude, you sound so rich, man.
Oh yeah.
This morning, I had like €5 on my account. €5 this morning. Luckily, I made payday. No. Come on, Nadim. Come on. Stop it.
Can I show you how much I have?
You know, my wife and I have been watching this show Alone, where they like drop 10 people out in Canada, and they're like, can they survive in Canada? Like, we just need to do that. Yvonne, this is how you make money. We get you and Nadim and 8 other guys. Can you survive in the European economy? Oh my god. Well,
but Nadim, you're a child. You're a child, man. Like, for real. Your parents got your back. I'm out here.
If you guys want, I mean, the president rugged a bunch of people. Like, you guys want to do a rug shit coin with me? I don't know. We can even fully disclosure. We're here to steal your money. Like, well, not steal it. We're here to ask you to give it to us. I mean, we can all. I've seen people make like 30K in a night just because they throw up a meme coin and then people give them money.
That's fraud, man.
Is it? If you fully disclose that you're just there to make money. The president of the United States did it. What are you talking about?
When someone goes and robs a bank, he tells the person he robs the bank.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. Well, he told us. Well, okay. God said, "I'm gonna bring the waters to the earth." What? I'm gonna get mad at Noah for building a boat?
What's that?
I kind of lost. I kind of lost in the analogy I just tried to start, but it's there. Just figure it out yourselves. I'm not here to do all your work. But things have been safe though over there in Lebanon. I mean, people were. I remember Ortho Twitter was saying like, "F Trump, F everybody who was a part of this." Like, Orthodox Christians are going to die because of this regime change. Like, have things been okay since Assad was toppled?
You're saying.
Are you talking about Syria?
We'll see.
We're talking about Syria, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard it's been good.
But yeah, that's what I've been hearing. But when it first started, I remember tons of people saying like it's going to be violent.
There was a conference that Julien, the new kind of whatever thing that he is, was planning on doing, and he didn't invite the Orthodox patriarch, to it, and the Orthodox patriarch made like a huge kind of homily talking about like the change in Syria and everything, and he canceled the day after. So like this sounds good, I think, for Orthodox Christians, but like I don't know, we'll see. We have to wait and see. Anyways, all that happened was like the Americans, the CIA, not the Americans, but the CIA and the State Department and everything. They planned this all along. So it's not even a doubt.
But there hasn't been violence or anything. I haven't really kept up. I just remember
No,
huge
it was
outcry
like
when it first.
in the beginning, yeah, but there was no army. Like Assad had no military. He was paying like $10-15 a month for every member of the military. So they didn't even care to defend like his regime. But people like over make Assad look like he was like some kind of like Nazi Hitler or something. He wasn't that bad. He was fine comparatively to others, but he wasn't good. But they made him look like he was some sort of villain, and the rebels are the saviors, but they're actually terrorists. So,
Well, Assad was pretty good to the Christians in the region.
and pretty good is a bit far fetched, but he was okay. Like he wasn't. He was like a minority kind of seeker. He would support the minorities, and because he was a minority, he's like Baathism. That's their whole ideology.
Yeah, the new guy, it was like this idea that he was pushing like this very rigorous Islamic extremist regime, but like
No.
he's met with like everyone. He's friends with
He was a
freaking
secularist
right now. He's friends with Israel. He's friends with everyone right now.
Who?
The new guy. The new guy.
Yeah, the new guy is
he changed his
tone.
tone.
He's Jewish. Did you see his brother?
No, bro. I mean, he's friends with
This
Israel.
guy, but he was one of the leaders in ISIS, and he said, "I'm changed," and
like seems like
and he changed his name, and no, it's he has like $1,000 $1,000 boots and stuff. This guy's like a Mossad agent or something.
It's a little hat person.
Yeah.
I mean, Israel was fun, so I don't know.
Nadim, we got a couple questions for you here in the chat. John Mondragon is asking you to sing the classic Christmas carol, Silent Night, in Lebanese.
In Arabic.
I didn't write the question. Can you please answer?
No, sorry.
Okay, well, that's a no. That's a no. Question for Nadim. Who grows the best chickpeas for falafel?
My grandpa's uncle's nephew's little
Twice
brother.
removed. Okay. All right. I see where we're going here. Well, where do you guys want to take this? Open forum, whatever you guys want to talk about.
I only had 2 comments. One was that you were talking about serious geopolitical stuff right now, and I was thinking this Assad guy lost his wife. Like he lost power, and his wife divorced him. Like
feels bad, man.
I didn't even know that.
It feels bad. It's like
but
the memes.
He's living your dream, though. He's living in Russia.
We need to have one of those. We need to have like an Assad Pepe. Little tiny Pepe that's like in his little shorts. He's like crying at the computer. We need one of those memes. That feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Yeah.
Was that all? You said there's 2 things, right?
Yeah. The other thing is that like it's good to see you guys after a long hiatus. Honestly, I feel blessed. Like I got a new job now. I'm teaching English. So I'm no longer under the boot of the fascist that I was working for before. I mean, he was a literal fascist. Like I worked for a fascist magazine.
Like they sending your heart out kind.
I'm gonna show you. Like, wait a second.
You
Keep
showed
going.
You showed us. I think
I showed
the cover for the book.
Yeah. I designed the cover for a fascist book, and now things are. Yeah, you haven't seen Westward.
I think you showed me once, but I mean, is it as good as like Mein Kampf or For My Legionaries?
Yeah, well, it has Mussolini on the cover, so. Like,
okay, well, I guess I can give me a review copy if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll send you.
I'm not gonna pay for it, but I mean, if you give it to me, I'll read it. You think I can afford books?
I haven't read it myself. Though,
he only affords bookshelves. He doesn't afford books themselves.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, I told you I had this business idea where I just go around Seattle, clearing out those. There's like in Seattle, in like America, but in specifically Seattle, there's all these little, like free libraries. There's little birdhouses. They're full of books that people put in. I'm gonna offload all those and sell them online. It's free money.
Mm. Yeah, so I wanted to make a comment. Please, Nicholas, don't be offended. Don't be offended. But this philosophy of like I'm not gonna put any money onto the streaming side of things until I get some some money from it. It's like okay, I'm gonna start a lemonade stand business, but I'm not gonna buy any lemons before like I start getting some cash in. It's like,
Okay, I
dude,
see. I see.
you gotta invest
I mean,
a
I'm
little
paying
bit.
for the
I'm against that.
StreamYard.
I'm against that. Actually, I'm against that idea. I don't want the stream to grow. Actually, it's
Is that why I haven't? Have you been doing some subterfuge?
yeah. That's why I haven't
If
been here. I've been.
that,
I've been.
that's why he's
I've been
here.
lower.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I came here.
He came to sabotage you, man.
I mean, the audience is clearly split down the middle. Nadeem enjoyers and Nadeem, what do you mean? The anti Nadeem regime.
Not anti-Nadimers.
Yeah. The Nadeem doomers. The Nadoomers.
No, I for real, I had like one small comment, and it was like maybe this could interest Val a little bit, but just tangentially, in the sense that like I stopped making content on my channel because I realized that I'd rather like I think it's more political to build up a community from within. So like right now I focus my attention towards like building community within my parish, and like it's given so much fruit. Like for example, last week was my birthday, and I had like 12 people at my house like celebrating like holding a cake for me while I was like blowing the candles, and it was like shit. I like this is success. This is success. Everybody there was from my church parish. Like it was beautiful. It was really beautiful, and like people like the people are starting to like I don't know. It's not like they're following me around, but they're like they want to associate. They want to come to church. Like they see me like there every single Sunday, every single Saturday at Vespers, and they're like, okay, let's take this seriously, and like a serious community is forming, and I'm like, glory to God for all things. And I think that's like way more impactful than I don't know talking about like I don't know political philosophy from the perspective of I don't know a church father. Because honestly, I'll be completely honest. A lot of those people they don't know theology at all, like at all. One of the girls is what was like, oh no, we could pray at a Catholic church if we wanted to, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
it's not like that. But like eventually, I trust that in 10 years' time, like she will figure stuff out. It's like they're
10
young.
years. Come on, it takes her like 2 months. Like, come on, 10 years
No,
is
dude,
to understand.
no,
Like,
no, Nadine, but you have to
but there is
understand,
people
like,
like that in my parish too. But they're like 10 years is a bit long. Like in like 5 months they're starting to get more into that. I know.
If I
I know
send
what
her
you mean.
enough J Dyer and DPH,
No.
we will expedite this 10-year
No, I just
program.
tell them go to the Bible study on Friday and
Are these cradles you want?
Probably Cradle, yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, it
cradle.
depends on the parish priest. Just the parish priest. If the parish priest is good, he's gonna lead you to lead them better. So you don't need to like create your own idea. What are you shaking your head at?
No, that's
You want to like become a catechist? You guys do that?
I am already like a part-time catechist, but I like it's not I haven't taken it up like officially because I don't want to, but I don't want to because it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Most of like we have like 4 priests, and like they're all part-time. They're not making any money out of it. They have families, they have work. Like it's very hard. So like we have like laymen doing like most of those roles. like catechesis and all of that. We have one. Luckily, we have one deacon who's like doing the catechesis for the children. So, and that's good. But a lot of people, they don't even speak Spanish. Some of them don't speak English. It's like it's a super ethnic. Yeah, nice, well, Emmanuel. So, yeah, no, I don't want to take that responsibility because it's like, no, it should be a priest. Like my goal is like, it should be a priest. It shouldn't be me.
I
It should be a
agree.
priest.
Yeah. Well, I
And,
mean, like
agree.
from my experience, the catechists are at least subdeacons.
Yeah, they should be. They should be. And
No,
also
I
like
don't agree that subdeacons should do catechisms too. They should just like help altar service.
they should
not,
just bring water. Bring water
no,
to the
help
deacons.
altar servers. That's a hard task. Like it's not like you don't, but it's like be a deacon first, then you start catechizing people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's my parish is a mess, but we're working things through, and I trust God that I trust God that He will make things right. Like I can only do so much, and the little I can do is more like get people excited about the faith, and I don't want to speak at all in terms of like dogma, theology, or any of those things. Not just because I don't, it's not that I don't feel that I know enough or that I could like occupy those places of authority. It's more like if I ever got in that situation, like the people are so ignorant and so prideful in their ignorance that I know that some people will stop going to church. Like for example, even though the stuff about I almost had a fight with one of the priests about like head coverings, and it's like the previous priest that was ousted from my parish, like his wife had like an LGBT like sticker on her purse and stuff, and like and that wasn't the issue. He was kicked out because like he misbehaved with a parishioner. So it's like, and there's people still in my at my parish like defending the previous priest. So I'm like, I'm playing the long game. Like I cannot outright go and I'm just one dude with a couple of guys who are like super like rigorous, but it's like we have to change the culture through a different means. It's like we gotta love these idiots because
Yeah.
and I say it's they're gonna leave the church if I'm too severe with stuff, or they're gonna make me the enemy. And I like I've already been threatened. By the way, it's like I'm already marked out. It's like they
Yeah,
think
I know people like that here in my area, like not in my parish, but in another parish nearby. That like he is the kind of Orthodox person that's into theology and reading and all that, but like he's in a parish that's like Pajoian, you could say, and he's kind of like marked out as like the ortho bro, and he's just like, I mean, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know, but he's just kind of been like not blacklisted, but just kind of like black sheeped.
So and by Pajoian you
What?
go ahead, Bal.
The guy we went out with.
Is that who I went out with?
No, we went out with. It was all one of the guys.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say a name or anything, but
Yeah. I saw him. He met with.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Father David.
Bro, what's that with the convert churches? Like that's not, it's not like that. Like we know there's people that are ecumenists and everything, but those are like they don't care if we're like too orthodox.
I have a friend at that parish. I have a friend at that parish who was like just texting me out of nowhere, and he was like, "So, are you like a Jay Dyer guy or a Pajot guy?" I was like, "Well, I watched Pajot for like 2.5 years before I heard about Jay Dyer, but I think like they both have really good stuff to say, and they both have their place." So like, "Oh, so you're a Jay Dyer guy?" I'm like, "What?" Like, what? It was like, if you're not against Jay Dyer, you're for him.
Why are people asking who you watch on YouTube?
Well, I mean, because there is an emphasis of like not being chronically online, not being too hyper rigorous. Don't be a catechumen who's trying to teach online, and like all this stuff is like,
yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but like I think like especially like in my friend's case, it has gotten to the point where it's like having the desire or zeal for Christ is looked at as like being an ortho bro, and I think that's way too far. Like if you're not trying to teach, you're not trying to step out of line or whatever. You're just it's a special interest or whatever. I don't know. I think people have like the Ortho bros are cringe, or it's just judgment. I think people need to have more mercy and leniency on catechumens. I mean, they come into Orthodoxy, they find it online, they're super excited about it. They're reading books, they're going to catechism. I mean, it's okay to have that convert zeal or whatever. It's as long as people aren't going crazy or whatever. And then there's many cases of people going crazy, but I think people shouldn't be painted into a box as if they are all crazy just because they are experiencing that zeal.
Okay, I'll give you an example that happened in my parish. So one person, a girl in our parish, brought a Protestant guy to the parish just to like get to know about Orthodoxy and etc. The service finished, and the first person that talks to him is like the old lady, but the old lady is an Ortho bro.
Do you watch
So
Jay Dyer?
No, but actually no, but not like that. But and at the time,
Right,
like,
it's in Lebanese, right? But it's in Lebanese. Sorry.
no, the guy was an English guy, Protestant English guy. So, but at the time, the financial kind of director of the committee of the church was talking about donations for the church, because we need an actual church building where the cathedral have the archbishop, etc. But it was like that's like once every 4 months he talks about it, and he was
Yeah.
there at the time where he's talking about money or donation. And
He's so greedy.
They want my donation, and then
Yep.
the
Just like
lady
every other,
gets up
they're
and
just trying to
like-
get into my wallet.
And the first thing she said is like, yeah, all those Protestant churches are useless. the only true way is the Orthodox.
Yep, dude. Every time you bring a Protestant friend to
never
an
came
Orthodox church, it's like the one time the priest is like, Protestantism is a son. It's come from hell. It's the spawn of Satan. You're like, Mom, this is my priest.
The same thing happened. My dad was here last week, and he's like, is there like some young people, like are they all old people and etc. Like, is there like youth? I'm like, yeah, like half the church is youth. And the time I go there, they all went to the other church that we have in London because like they do it in English and us we do it in Arabic.
That's why you should never use any qualifiers. Don't describe anything when you're introducing somebody to something, because it's all like the law of the universe of irony is just always going to make it the exception the one time you try to show them.
Yeah.
No,
happened.
he knows, but he knows Orthodoxy, but like he was like, yeah, like that people go because they're like old and dying and etc. Like, no, that's not true.
Well, I saw it with my own eyes. Nadim.
Yeah.
That parish has got maybe 5 years left on it before everybody's dead.
He's like, it's newly married people and old people.
Yeah, I invited one friend to listen to the choir, because we have an amazing choir, and like the day that he came, like we missed, the two best singers weren't there. So it was like, dude, like you could have come any other day, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt so bad. Also like I wasn't in my best behavior, I guess, that day also. So I didn't give but to hell with him, because he had a Greek father, and like the Greek father, he has like a Greek father, and the Greek father was Orthodox, and his mother is a Jew, and like his father's died, and he has like daddy issues, and like for some reason he's like this big lib, like one of those libertarian guys that are like okay with everything, like with the homos and stuff. And I was like, dude, your dad, like, he's probably like thinking inside me, your dad is probably in hell, dude, because like you're the spawn of him. Like, he not only defected the church, he made no effort for you to like become an Orthodox Christian. He married a Jew, and he got and now you're the result of it. And like, perhaps my soul was a little bit darkened at that point, but I was like, no, 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 no. You spat on the church. You spat on the church, and now you judge it from afar. It's like, nah, not good wood, not good wood. These guys that think that they know orthodoxy because, oh no, but my father used to be an Orthodox guy. It's like,
But I was like this. I was like this before. I thought like this. I thought I knew orthodoxy before I looked into it. So Lord willing, he'll look into it more, and then he'll change his mind.
hope. Let's hope that he does. But yeah, no, but you were Orthodox. You were baptized Orthodox. Like all of
Yeah,
your
but
family was
still,
Orthodox.
I thought everything I did was orthodox. So,
I mean, it's crazy. Like you can find videos of like Orthodox priests that defected and became like Presbyterian or whatever, and they're like, the 10 reasons I left Orthodoxy, and it's like a bunch of stuff that we don't believe. They worship Mary and all that. It's like, how are you a priest? You don't know anything about Orthodoxy. That's crazy.
Have you any of you guys read Joshua Shuping's book Disillusion? I just started reading.
I'm not.
He's I don't know, are you guys familiar with him?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's an ex-Orthodox priest. He's been on like, Gavin Ordland. I don't know if you guys know Gavin.
That might be the guy I'm talking about. What's his last name?
He's-
Shupin?
Yeah. Shuping. He was a priest for like 10, 15 years or something, and then he apostatized. And he's in some form of Protestantism, I think some sort of like charismatically.
Isn't that a bodybuilder, Hadi Shupin?
He's the what?
Bodybuilder?
How do you
Shuping.
Bodybuilder.
Joshua Shuping. I think it's SCHOO.
Double-O-P-I-N-G. Yeah, Shuping. Yeah, I think this is the guy I was talking about. I mean, you can find other guys like this, but this is the guy I think I was referring to. He was an Orthodox priest, like you're saying, for a decade. That's longer than I thought. But yeah, I've heard him talk a little bit, and it's just like you don't know what you're talking about. Like, of course you left Orthodox. You don't understand it. No, I mean, he's like an American guy.
Is
he
he
looks
Greek?
Jewish?
Is he Greek?
I don't know what he is.
Greek
I don't know.
Orthodox priest, or-
But his
It's the dude on the right.
yeah, this guy, yeah. His takes are so far like pretty low. I'm like shocked that like this guy was an ex-priest, honestly.
And he wrote a book about this.
Yeah, it's called Disillusion. I just got through like the first chapter, and it's like hopefully it gets better. Hopefully he like actually brings some decent objection. But
No, and there's this other Anglican dude who made a video.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, but retarded.
Oh, man.
Like their points are so bad. It's like they really don't understand theology at all.
I
And
can tell this is probably like self-published. Every time I see a book on Amazon that looks like this, I'm like, it's like it looks like AI generated. Like I look at this, I'm like, is that a real book? Am I gonna spend $16 on something that's never gonna come? I don't know. It's got the feel to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so far like his issue is like the way we treat. Well, one of his things like the way we treat Mary is like we say like we use phrasing like Mother Mary stuff like that, and like I mean it's just a lot of like very low tier stuff. I don't know.
It sounds just like normal catechism class. Like this is where you get those stuff answered.
And this guy probably led catechism for like years too. So
that's wild.
Yeah, we got our stuff. We got our own issues. Like right now, I have there's been a surge of like new converts at my parish that come from like different places. There's I think a Dutch guy. There's a Norwegian guy, like from different places from Europe, and like most of them are like pretty savvy theologically, and I'm trying to get them to understand like slowly that my parish, like they probably know more theology than my priests. It's like and it's very difficult because I'm so sad to have to be the one to tell them like, look dude, I know on the internet and whatever you have this like super rosy colored view of orthodoxy, but actually the reality boots on the ground, like I'm super happy with orthodoxy, by the way. Even my messy parish, like I'm still in love with it because honestly, like if everybody at my parish was a saint, it's like it would be kind of awkward for me to be there, right? It's like I like the fact that I have to like work hard to love other people. I
Yeah.
like the fact that like because honestly, like even I've had like I told you, I've had discussions with a priest at our parish, and it's like it's been super like productive spiritually for me. It was like I could learn a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have learned if like my priest was 100% correct theologically, like because honestly I still hold that I was right. Like my one of the priests said something like, well, no, the Russian, like the thing with the veils is that it's an old Russian tradition. And I was like,
What?
dude, Saint Paul talked about this on the
How do we
on the New
depict?
Testament. No, it
How
was
do we
retarded.
depict the Mother of God?
Yes, like and I told him all of our icons, except Saint Mary of Egypt, all of the women have veils. What the hell are you
And
talking
Saint Mary
about?
of Egypt was in the desert for 14 years.
Yes. So, but you know, I don't care. I don't care that my priest has these like stupid ideas. Because honestly, what he said to me as a priest was golden. Like he said to me something about along the lines of, "You got to learn how to love other people as they
Yeah.
are," and it's like that was
I mean,
exactly what I needed.
all the goofy people at your parish that everybody's got their own problems and they're, you know, they're working on it, whatever. Like they're all there for your salvation, and vice versa. You know.
Yeah.
In Lebanon, like people judge so much that like if a woman wears a veil, then she's acting as if she's better than someone else. That's the idea. So people like women that want to veil in our parish or in Lebanon or whatever, don't veil because they're afraid that others will think that they're being prideful, and they're like, "Oh, you're better than me. Wear a veil." That's the general idea. It's not like so when the icon came, the miraculous icon came, it was in the Russian church. The a lot of the women that came from our parish veiled there, and they were so like they felt like they were able to veil there, and they were so that was good. But that like with time works. If they make their children veil and etc., it just works with time. You just trust and and it's not that important, you know. It's important, but it's not something that you like make a problem out of. You just wait and see.
Yeah. And I think that's the war I'm fighting right now. It's like silently trying to become holier, silently trying to do my own thing. And if other people think I'm proud or whatever. If other people think I'm proud, whatever. Let them think that. But I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna love other people. I'm gonna love my priest. I'm gonna venerate my priest, even though like they might suck, and that thing will like make the parish blossom. Like I'm 100% certain. Yeah. About being here with alone.
What's that chat, the 3 months up to this brand new?
He's been paying me for 3 months membership. Thank you, Well Manuel, for being a member for 3 months to this brand new little channel.
I've been paying every month, and you haven't streamed for like 2.
Sorry, I just don't like negativity on this channel. Thank you, Well Manuel. 3 months on this brand little channel. We're trying to build it up, everybody. Okay, Yvonne, I will take some money out of my the rental I sell this year, and I will build that dang workshop. It's been on the list. I have money been saving up for it. It's not a little expense. But I bought a little. I bought a
0.2% of your net worth.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, you got to think about risk. You know, if I'm willing to put 0.0101 of my net worth into this workshop, I mean, what it's gonna be like 20 grand. I mean, I gotta be careful with my investments. You know.
Man, I wish I lived in such a cheap economy, like compared
I live
to
in a
here,
very
like,
expensive state compared
yeah,
to.
but comparatively here, like with the money you would pay for your shed, I just pay for 1 week's rent. Maybe like 3, but not. But
I like
still,
that's a little wild.
Yeah,
Why don't you come here, man?
we'll see. Yeah, maybe we'll see. If my spiritual father comes with me, then I come. I can't go alone. Ivan, we can't hear you.
All right. Val, how you doing, man? What you been up to?
Good. I've been good. I've been out in the dating scene, so
Oh yeah.
it's been interesting.
You doing that Christian mingle?
No, I met an old right girl, and she's like second, third generation Russian. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me just bring up a certain topic. So,
What? No,
I mean, are you guys familiar with the old
wait.
right Russian at all?
You're talking about like the schismatic group?
Yeah,
No,
they schismed
Ivan
in like
is
the
crazy.
17th century
That's
over
crazy.
Patriarch Tikhon, and
Yeah.
it's basically a lot of like practical stuff. Like they cross
It's
themselves.
the Rokor and the
Right.
Rokor, like the
Yeah,
like
they
the
some of them are in communion. Some of them came back in communion with the Moscow Patriarchate, and some of them are still not. But they're also like split within their communities, like priestless communities, non-priestless communities. And I think their communities are good in the sense of like most of the girls are like they are beautiful girls, right? Like Slavic girls are pretty in general.
Some of the best, beautiful girls. Some of the best.
some of the best, frankly.
And they're very traditional, like super trad, right? Like coverings, you can't wear makeup to church, all that, all that good stuff. But one thing that I realized, and this is what is like, I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Maybe I'm in the wrong here.
All right, thoughts on thoughts, everybody.
Like
Give
maybe
your
I
thoughts
can
on
be
thoughts.
Yvonne. I know Yvonne's a single guy, right? Yvonne's probably got to get out there in that dating scene too. But look, so it's like so trad to a point to where like I'm sensing this like female feminist supremacy from her to a point to where it's like I'm the prize, you have to chase me, you have to initiate everything, even when I'm like going to even like if she lives somewhere like I don't know what the hell is around her, I'm like, hey, is there anything in your area? Okay, that's okay to like me initiate everything in like the first month, but if it's like been a few months and she's always like no, and it's like I'm the prize, like she's the prize. I have to do all this and this, all that, and it's like I'm just and the card she plays like I'm just a dumb girl. I don't know. I just say stuff. I'm just a woman. We do stuff like you're the man. You do everything. You do this. You provide for me. You have to do this, and it's like, is that even traditionalism at that point anymore? Like, huge turnoff for me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm not in the dating scene. I haven't been in for like a decade, so it's. I mean, I maybe don't have the best like hands-on experience with the insight, but I mean, it seems almost like a gamification of what the structure should be. I mean, I think the woman should be the princess in the castle that you have to go and save or whatever. I mean, I think that I don't, as long as it's not. I think maybe there's a difference between simping and chivalry, right? Like it is if you're not selling out or whatever, if you actually are the man putting in the work. But I mean, it sounds like she's doing a gamification of like overvaluing it or turn it instead of like it just being the case. It's like I'm talking about the case. I'm talking about how I'm valuable and I'm in like it's like a marketing thing rather than just man women relationships how they used to be. So in that way, it might be like neo or like crypto traditionalism, just like all these like homesteaders. They're like, I'm going to go and be traditional by doing it all myself. It's like, well, tradition kind of has to be passed down. I mean, once it's like second, third generation in your line, it's a tradition now. But I don't know.
Just to add on a little bit to that, it's kind of like to where like my thing is to be pretty, to be beautiful, to be presentable to you, and then you are the person with resources, and it's kind of like you're also competing with your resources with other men to provide for me, and it's kind of like you're the big strong guy. You don't have to be like I'm the pretty girl. You're kind of just this big strong ugly guy or something, and it just like feels kind of demeaning, and it's like
Well, hey Val, can you afford a goat? Maybe you should get this this lady's dad a goat. If she's so traditional, maybe.
Yeah, if she's so traditional, why does she want that much like status or whatever?
I mean,
Like,
I can understand like looking at it from a guy's perspective nowadays, like especially like feminism, our culture has destroyed women so much and destroyed. I mean, men too, but like just men-women relationships. Uh, that a man has to protect himself and his resources. I'm not talking like manosphere where it's like all like you got to get a prenup and all this stuff. I think all that's super gay, but I mean, you do have to like what is the goal? Is this lady interested in marriage? Are you guys okay with a short courtship? I mean, if you're going to be spending a lot of resources on something that's not a, I mean, obviously dating's not a guarantee at all until there's a ring on it.
I mean, the goal is always marriage, but it's like at one point you're like, do I even want to pursue this anymore? Because you're sensing all these things.
This is an important question. Have you verified this lady's not a dude?
Yeah, I think so. I've
Okay,
met her dad. He's an old right part-time priest. So
okay, well, I have a follow-up question. Let me pull it up here. This was you sent me this in the DMs. Or, I wasn't trying to bring this up, but now I am. So I actually know this lady a little bit, and I actually have a video you sent me of her. So I just want to show that to everybody.
Hey y'all, it's me again.
This is the old right lady.
Passport right now.
So that's who we're talking about. Just so everybody keep that in mind. Go on.
I want to get Yvonne's take on this. Yvonne probably has a spicy take on it that you guys don't.
Yvonne, I can't hear you. Speak up.
Can't hear you, man.
Can't hear you, man. Unmute, dude. Unmute, bro.
Unmute, bro.
You got unmute, dude.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. You might have to jump off and jump back in. I don't know. Something's wrong with your settings. All right. He's gone.
Did you meet her dad before you met her?
What was that, Nadim?
Did you meet
her dad?
Yeah. Did you meet her? Who'd you meet first? Her dad or her?
No, I met her.
Okay, because in the old days you get
John married? I thought John was married.
John is interested in putting a ring on a girl.
Oh, okay.
He's got a lady.
Basically married.
Not finalized yet, but they're talking about it.
Also, the other thing I was gonna say is date like a average girl. Don't like if the girl is very pretty, she gets a lot of attention. This is like some manosphere stuff. She gets a lot of attention from it. It's just it's high maintenance.
Where do you put her on the hot holiness matrix?
Oh, Father Moses is?
Yeah.
It's somewhere up there. I actually didn't watch the video. I just saw like
yeah, I didn't either. He took it down, unfortunately. I got to see if there's a re-upload.
Too much criticism.
I
think so.
I think there's some good placed criticism there, but like some part of it is okay. But
I think it was tongue in cheek. I don't know.
Hear me,
I didn't
guys?
watch. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you inside
Okay, fantastic.
my intestines. I can hear you.
So
Oh my. Wait. Are you still there? Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
now I can't hear you. Well, I'm gonna speak even though I
Can you
can't hear
lower,
you.
please, your-
So, Val, the thing is, she's probably bluffing in the sense that, like, every woman wants to believe that she's fantastic and worth everything, and unfortunately, that's not gonna fly because perhaps you can't afford her, perhaps she believes she's worth more than she's actually worth. So there is no way to know. Like the market is completely skewed in terms of, I don't know how old she is, for example, but the market is skewed in terms of like young girls. They if they're pretty, they can go for like a millionaire. Like if they want to, that I would say that's not very orthodox, but that's the reality. Perhaps you simply cannot afford her, and but the reality is, you have to know your worth. like and you have to know how much you're willing to go for. And also there's an added element, which is like she's putting herself in a very vulnerable position, in the sense that once you get married, it's like that's it. So yeah, it's understandable that she wants you to like put the upfront cost, like that it all the money, time, effort, whatever, because eventually that will peter out. Like you won't give that energy to her anymore once you're married. So like I would say is like short courtship, and like you have to like really go out of your element to date that girl if she's worth it. But from what you're saying, I don't think she is. So like I would go for an uglier girl with a better with a better grasp on how to be a good
Like this?
wife.
This one?
He can't hear you, but I wish he would say yes. I'd answer for him.
That's a good point, actually. And now that you mention it, maybe it's this feeling of like I don't know if you can hear me, Vaughn. It's this
He's gone.
feeling of like maybe I can't afford this girl. You know, it's like it is what it is.
And it's a strange feeling. I don't know. I don't know how to help if I don't know. Are you going
What
like
would you
are you
guys?
going to like
What,
5-star
what,
restaurants every week?
Pretty much.
Well then
what,
you
what
got to
what
be
do
like,
you think?
okay, this week we're going on a hike.
Not
We're
like
doing
every
some-
week, but like yeah. It's pretty much like it's like dating 200 years ago type like chivalry. I don't know how to describe it. Like we're living in the damn like Renaissance or some shit.
Is she in like this like big frilly like aristocratic dress at all times? Like
They
it's like always
do
picked up her
always wear
brain.
dresses. I don't even I've
Does
never
she
seen
speak
her in
French?
pants.
Does she
No.
speak French?
How old is
English
she?
City, 25.
She shouldn't be so expensive. Like she's past her prime now. No, no.
25 is
Lots of
okay.
Venice
What do you
here,
mean?
bro. Feminism.
Oh, I didn't
How
realize
old
you were
are you,
dating a
man?
geriatric.
How old are you, man?
No. It's really a problem, because the issue with those girls is that like yes,
Imagine
they're
Van
still.
is 40.
It doesn't matter.
If Van is 40, it's okay.
It doesn't
25
matter.
is okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, because girls, like when they're 18, they sometimes they're like, because they're too young. They're too young. They don't understand how much they're worth, and sometimes they think they're worth way more. Sometimes they think they're worth way less. But when they're 25, they're matured enough to the point that sometimes they think that they still got the same thing that they got when they were 18, but they don't. The reality is that they don't.
It's not a black or white. It's called, like, I know.
Of course, we're generalizing.
Okay, we're asking to her specifically.
Well, are Slavs white?
Ask him specifically. Is she like
Wait,
too mature?
Yeah,
that's sort of a complicated question.
it is, isn't it?
I mean, race is like an enlightenment term in itself that doesn't
Yeah.
really. I mean, I've talked about this. I think I tweeted about this yesterday, but if you go like down south to like Crimea, they're like mixed with Arabs, freaking Tartars, Turks, like all kinds of people. Like they're not white. Like Hitler was right. Like they're not pure out there.
I think that Moldavians are beautiful. Like that's a good place to hunt a wife.
Even at 25?
No. Being sincere, like no, 25 is okay. But if she's 25 and she's like making you run around like circles and this and that, it's like.
But here's the other thing. She's never been in because the thing is, like, I want to preface that they come from these very traditional communities. They've never been in a relationship. They're clean. They're like coming out like, if they're not married by 25 in these communities, it's like weird to them. But the thing is, like, they haven't dated around. They have zero bodies. These people, they're just like, to you, it's like so appealing from the outside. You're like, whoa. And also like they're I don't know. I don't want to share too much info.
Yeah.
funny.
She's a schismatic, man. That's I would stop there.
But
Man.
anyways,
I'd prefer a
there's
I'd prefer a non-schismatic than convert her to orthodoxy than
no, but
No,
the thing
no.
is, like,
than
they're coming. Their
then
entire family is coming into orthodoxy.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
this month, like they're leaving the community. So it's like everything is like
okay.
so perfect, but then it's like
How old are you?
Maybe you just need to have a conversation about it. Just
Yeah. Lay
My,
down the law.
yeah.
You gotta lay down the law.
Yeah, okay.
It's just
You, just like Anchorman we were talking about earlier. You just gotta look at this woman and you say, I want to be on you. I'm gonna send that out however you receive it. It's how you receive it. And then you let God sort it out. I mean, I don't have to
can't
tell you.
block immediately.
yeah, no, you should tell her, like, look, bitch, I'm serious. I want to marry you, and like, don't give me no lip from you. Like, we're gonna date.
You be a woman. I'll be
You
a
be
man.
a woman.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
All right. We'll stand back and stand by.
Yeah, the thing that we men like have to like, I've had this conversation a lot with like girls at my parish, because they do find me appealing even though I'm poor as shit. And the thing is, they know their timer is on, and they know mine isn't. Like, I'm old. I'm 31. I'm 31, and they don't care because they know I can still have children even though, like, even in my 50s, right? But like, even the 25-year-olds, they're like, my time is almost up, right? So yeah, all jokes aside, you do need to be upfront, and that's that. And because it's from your perspective, let's think about it strategically. From your perspective, you don't know if this bitch is insane. You don't know her that well. It's
Calling
like
her a bitch.
no, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm sorry.
You-
I say that
your
with every
fu-
woman. I don't know. Yeah. I call my mom that. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, your future wife,
Wait,
this
did Ivan
prospect.
become black or
No, your future wife, like she you don't know if this girl is insane or not. You don't know her that well. Like, you're still at the knowing each other stage. You're still at that stage, so it's like you haven't had any proof that she isn't insane. Like, that's what you want. You got to tell her, look, you got to prove to me that you're not insane. You're already coming from a schismatic group, and you're 25. There's a reason why you're not married. There's a reason. I'm not saying I know that reason.
Why are you
Maybe
shouting
God
in
was.
my ear, man?
I'm sorry.
It's very personal. I mean,
Maybe
You can tell
maybe
Yvonne is-
God maybe God was putting you like he was saving you for me, because he wants us to be together and this and that and whatever. Maybe you're just one of those girls who think that they're like worth like millions, and go find your millionaire. Go find your millionaire. He's over there somewhere, maybe. Go look. And when you take that inner position, then things shift, because now you're playing the position that you ought to play, which is, you think you're a catch, I think I'm a catch too. So let's play the waiting game. I can wait. I can have kids in 20 years time. Can you?
is this like what people thought about like 100 years ago though? Like men women relationships? I don't know.
No, it was
No.
way easier for them.
It's all
They
broken
just
down now.
Walk down the street and they marry their cousin. And
Did you see the
that's it.
thing recently? Like a Zoomer watched 101 Dalmatians, and like I actually stopped the movie. I was flabbergasted. I didn't believe it. This is ridiculous writing, because two people were walking dogs in a park and they fell in love and got married 3 months later. That's not reality. People are like, no, that's just like that's how society was. You met somebody, you both had the same expectations, you got married. It just happened.
Yeah, bro. Like my parents and all my uncles, they like barely knew. They were like just in the community together. And like when my dad proposed to my mom, she was like, "What?" And here's what they did in the Soviet Union. Like, they would propose, and the girl would think about it, because she would get like multiple proposals.
Hmm.
And she
It's
would
like the
think about it.
Bachelorette.
Yeah, and then she would like respond in a day, and that's what my mom did. She like in a day, she's like, "Yeah, okay."
Like
That's
no, yes. Just checking.
Exactly. And it was
The Soviet Tinder.
reject. You would get a pumpkin at your doorstep from the girl if she rejected you. That was the thing.
Imagine getting a
Yeah,
pumpkin
imagine like you wake up.
as a consolation.
Oh, dude. You got like 5 pumpkins, like.
All
And
your
then it
guys like
explodes. You open
huddle
it.
around, man. She wasn't worth. No, it's okay, man. I got a pumpkin too. Don't worry.
No, it's nice though. It's nice though to get something.
Yeah, at least get
now-
an answer.
What do you think about a monastery though? That sounds better.
Nah, don't be doomer. Doomer Nadim.
Not doomer.
Nadoomer. Yeah. No, but I think though that it is a very good move. Like, because honestly, not in the sense of like really becoming a monastic, but like being open to it. I think it saves you a lot of trouble. Like, I'm at a point where like I have like a couple of girls who are like seeing what I'm doing, like seeing how I'm moving. Perhaps they're not personally interested in me, but they're like checking out what I'm doing, because women don't know what they want until they want it, and like when they see you dating another girl, perhaps they want you, and it's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. If you're open to being a monastic, then you can sit on your value, like on your property, on everything, as long as you want. It's like, if you truly are open, it's like they will ask you like, and who do you like, and like, are you going to get married? And you can say to them, maybe I'm considering becoming a monastic. And then you see them like the like their skin start to become white, pale, as like, I'm never gonna get married if all of the guys are like thinking like this. And all of the guys at my parish are like, yeah, I'm not marrying any one of these girls because they're too early. Because you know, they're gonna be like thirsty guys out there.
Sounds like
but
price gouging, dude. Like when I grew up in Tennessee, I remember hearing stories of like people going to the streets in Nashville selling hand warmers, because they went around every gas station, every store, and they bought every single hand warmer for like a week, so you couldn't buy them, and they'd go out and like sell them for 5 times the normal price. It's on the street. Sounds like that's what you're trying to get the guys to do to the ladies, man.
But it's not what I'm.
Price.
No, I'm not inflating that price. What I'm doing is simply acting out what I believe is to be the morally correct, let's say, way of behaving, which is, I'm not gonna marry a bitch that's going to make my life living hell. Honestly, like the Bible says, it's better. It's better to be like, I don't know, on the corner of the rooftop than having a nagging wife. You know, the Bible is always telling you, it's warning you not to marry gold diggers and not to marry like contentious women. It's like, and the girls, even the ones that are at church, some of them, they're LARPing estrad. Some of them are LARPing as I'm gonna be your like faithful Orthodox wife, and they don't even know what they're getting into because they're too young to know what that is. Others are like, I don't want to work.
I thought you wanted them young though.
No, Nadim, you have to be mindful. It's a really important decision, and a lot of these girls, like, they're like, I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I want the man to take care of everything, and like, you gotta weed them out. You got to weed them out. So yeah, Val, I understand.
Like
what do you mean like that?
I'm like,
like
4 steps ahead of just like, just be open for it. Like I'm not even thinking about marriage, to be honest, right now.
Well, you're like not even 20, bro, right?
Yeah, but still, even like we'll see what happens in like 3 years. Maybe.
It's like, would you guys? I mean, Yvonne, would you agree that like if you were a married man, that your goal should be to earn enough where your wife doesn't have to work, right? Like you can afford to provide, right? You're not saying that like it's a different disposition than when she's like, I deserve. Like, what are you talking about specifically?
I'm talking about like, your wife is going to work whether she has a job or not. Like, because raising children is work.
Is a lot of work. Yeah, but that's so it depends on what they're saying. If they're saying like, I don't know, if they're adverse to any kind of work, obviously they're just lazy. But if they're saying they don't want to be in the workforce, I don't really have an issue with it, unless you're a man that can't figure out how to provide that. But I mean, in this market, it's in the economy, it's just hard for some men to do that. I mean, some people can't get the jobs for the degrees and all that, but I mean,
There's
that should be the
priests'
husband's
wives that work.
striving for that.
There's
Why some
priest
women want
wives
to
that
work.
there's priest wives that work. So it's like,
Yeah. And
it's
also, like, and
definitely
there's
not
tons of ways
the
they
ideal.
can earn income on Etsy or online or embroidering or whatever, where they don't have to like go and work for a man and like with a boss. I mean, there's tons of things like that. But
I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is women who are just checking out of like being responsible for their lives and handing off that responsibility over to someone else. So they go from their father or their mother, whatever, if they don't have a father, to their husband. And it's like they're the NPCs. They're not living life, they're not taking responsibility.
You never know what happens as a man. Like you could be like providing for 10 years and then if like God forbid something happens to you or whatever, like what happens then? Like how is your family gonna still live? Like you can't provide anymore. Like God forbid you get paralyzed. Like what?
I mean, it sounds like you're just saying like women who are immature, because I mean, if as you mature and you get older, you just realize like no matter what, there's going to be work. There's things to do.
Yeah, as they mature, and if they have values, because some women never get there because their values are skewed. Like, and some women are like taking on the, let's say, the affect of orthodoxy, but not the spirituality of orthodoxy. If we're already talking about a woman who wants material things, and I'm not against like people wanting like a certain level of material comfort, but it's not orthodox. Like, and we have to be clear about that. It's like, it's not orthodox to want an easy life. It's like, or to be orthodox is like to try to pour yourself for others like to the utmost. It's like, God, give me more blood that I can spill for your honor.
Bro, lower the mic volume, please. Try.
Okay,
I can do it on my end.
You do it on your end, please. So anyway, like that was simply my point. It's like I think Val is completely justified in doubting whether or not this girl is sincere, if she's like really trad or just like a neo trad, like a LARP trad or whatever. And I would say I think traditional societies did have elements of that, but at the same time the periods were so short that it was like you would be courting for a year and then you would get married. And it's like, I think that would be the gamble. Like, you would have to be very diligent about the prospecting that you're doing. It's like, I'm dating for marriage, and it's like, I'm trying to see if like you're fit for marriage, and like, I'm gonna date you, I don't know, maybe 3 months, and then you're gonna become my fiance, like officially, and then 1 year after, like, we're getting married, and that's that. And like, I think in that case, if that were the dynamic, then yes, splurge, spend all the money, like, because what's going to happen is that you're peacocking next to other guys who are doing the same thing. And like, you have to show like your best, but not an unrealistic best. It's like, you're not going to get like in debt to like impress this girl. And that's where you have to have like a personal humility, in the sense of like, well, maybe I cannot afford this girl. And it sounds awful, but like, I'll give you an example. When I was a teen, my parents sent me to a very expensive high school, right? And like, my father could technically afford it, and like, my classmates were like all like presidents' sons, like ex-dictators' sons, mobsters. Like, I'm sorry, that was the elite of my country. It's like, and it was very expensive. My dad could afford to pay the tuition, but like, it wasn't normal for him. It took a lot of effort on his part, and I wasn't an equal with those kids. Like, I couldn't go and do the same things. Like, I couldn't, my extracurricular activities, like, they went motocrossing, helicopter driving, like all those sorts of things, and I couldn't afford any of those. And it was stupid on our part to try to play that game. Like, you can try to like reach that by the skin of your how would you say, by the skin of your teeth, is that the expression? But the reality is, you're not supposed to do that. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, perhaps you could try to compete with a guy who can offer way more, but the reality is that you have to have the humility to know that no, this is not sustainable, this is not the place where I belong, this is not what I can offer, and let that be that. I'm sorry, that's the way I view things.
All right. Hey, Nadim, can you read this message out loud for me?
Marriage.
Marriage is an oppressive institution.
Marriage is an oppressive institution imposed on women by the patriarchy to oppress them. No man that has any respect.
No
for
bomba-clad
woman.
worth his spit.
no, no bomba-clad general, no general, Pondy general that has any respect for woman would ever get married or participate on the institution of marriage.
This has got to
Get the
be a troll, right?
bomba-clad.
Nobody's
Hello, Greg.
this stupid.
No, this is not a troll.
Wow, go on, Greg. Is how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
No, this is not a troll, and he
You don't think
does have
so?
a point. No, I don't think so. I do think he has a point in this because he's talking about like the situation with the institutions, the secular institutions, and the way that man is shackled to this individual who can do whatever they want with them financially. So yeah, I understand that position. So it doesn't make marriage.
It's what I keep telling my girlfriend. I don't think she's buying it though. It sounds like Bachelor cope or something. I don't know. No man that has any respect for women would get married or participate in the institution. I don't know. I think he's trolling. I think he's taking the piss there, mate.
What does the patriarchy mean, though?
Oh, I just watched Barbie for the first time, so I think it means like riding horses and eating steak and doing karate. I think that's what I learned. Val, do you think marriage is an impressive institution?
I mean, if you're approaching it from like a secular perspective, like I don't even know why secular people even get married because it's not a sacrament
Right, yeah.
at all for them. So
yes, I mean this sounds very like manosphere coded.
Well, I would agree in that. I think if you're a Christian, even
No,
if
he said
you're a
patriarchy,
heterodox
like
Christian,
against the
it's a
patriarchy.
sacrament. It's created by God. It's an institution of God in the church. So
yeah, no, I completely agree. The thing is, well, speaking a little bit more simply, like women have to make it easy for you to love them as well. This, I'm the prize and this and that. It's like, okay, if like your inbox is full of letters and you've run out of pumpkins, like yeah, you can keep playing that game. but it's like, yeah.
Never trust a woman whose pumpkin patch is empty. That old Ukrainian saying. Oh, hey, Helldivers 2 is downloaded. We could switch to that.
Come on, let's go. Just share your screen and play.
All right, shoot, man. Let's get it.
It's more entertaining.
I never played this. I had an idea for a stream where I play Doom, and I just have Spirit on Bailey videos playing in the background, and then I would title "Keep Your Mind in Hell and Despair Not." All right, I got this. All right, I'll just we'll be one of those streamers that just talks while they play a video game. I'm gonna get off within a half hour. Just so everybody know. Got another half hour in the stream. I got married and it was the worst mistake I ever made. Cleaned my right out. It's just not a fiscally sound decision. I mean, yeah, that's like the whole manosphere thing is that you have to get a prenup and everything. This was reading a comment. My wife. I just said getting married was the worst mistake I ever made. And my wife was like, "What?"
Yeah. That let's try to integrate that thought into the discussion because I feel like perhaps you have to bear in mind the fact that under this situation, women should make themselves available in a clearer way for men. Because if they're interested in getting married, like they have to signal like that they're a good prospect. It's not on men to be like
oh my, how do I turn that
I'm
off?
gonna shower.
Do you guys hear it?
Shower you. No,
Okay.
we don't hear anything.
Okay, gotcha. You don't hear it? Okay. It was like there was like a text to speech bot playing. Sorry, go on. I'm listening.
So like if it is true what the manosphere guys are complaining about, that like secular marriage is so, let's say, in favor of women, then even Orthodox Christian women should, understanding this reality, let's say, adjust their behavior to let's say make themselves clear communicators. Like this thing of like, I'm the prize. Perhaps it can work in the East. Perhaps like in Ukraine or in Russia, like it can still play out that way. But in the US, I think it would be like a little bit harder to justify.
Super Earth Ministry of
No, it won't even work out in the East, dude. Divorce rates in Russia and Ukraine are insanely high, dude.
There's a high abortion rate too, right?
Yeah, it's bro. Like here, I mentioned this. I think I don't remember where I was. Oh, I mentioned this in like some group chats I'm in. But like, there's like I've been running to these like expat bloggers on YouTube, and they're tired of the West. You know, they're like black pilled and all this shit, and they're moving to like Serbia, Russia, and all this, and they're like getting on saying how much better it is. And I lived there for 9 years, and I'm like, dude. Like the West has its issues, but no, it effing is not better, dude. Like those places, you don't realize like how secularized a bunch of those places are. Yeah, you're gonna meet like some very trad women there, and you can be like, oh, the women here are so trad and trad. But those women are interested in dating within their ethnicities. They're not looking for the Western men. The women that are looking for the Western men are gonna be the liberalized women. And like people don't realize like the damn like how shitty it is. And no offense to I think there was a Serbian guy. No offense to like the Serbians. How shitty it is living in Serbia, bro. Like it's not that great, dude. Like stay in the damn West despite all these issues, dude.
And people like fairy tale this.
Thank you, Val, for that.
Greg S in the chat says, problem is simple. Why would any woman ever make the necessary sacrifices a marriage requires when there's literally a free cash prize payout for failure if it's that easy and lucrative? I mean, yeah, I think the men-women relations have greatly deteriorated, and we don't live in a high-trust society, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I think Greg is selling himself short in the sense that the reality is women cannot make money even like, I'm sorry, this is going to sound like super misogynistic, but the reality is men are stronger, men are smarter, perhaps not in terms of IQ, but we can work harder. Like we can outperform women. The only way women can like compete with us in the marketplace is if they get like special privileges. And I see this like even in my shitty job, like I kind of outperform my female my female work how would you say it in English? My female counterparts, because simply biology. I'm stronger. I have more stamina. Like I'm built for work. They simply cannot keep up, and it's not simply a matter of like doing a physical labor. The only places women can like outcompete men is like in a company at a human resources position where they're where they're sitting at a desk pretending they're working while they're doing nothing productive. Like that's not a real job. That's a bullshit job. So
you guys see the game.
Wes is horrible, actually.
Yeah, you're awful, man. Okay. You're awful.
I haven't played this game, man.
What I was going to say to Greg,
jump over the lava, man.
Okay, die.
Go left.
Do it.
Left. No left.
Stay down.
No,
why isn't he getting up? I'm listening. Go on.
No lava, man. Go to where there's
so,
no lava.
anyways,
lava. There's no lava. What are you talking about? That's dirt.
Yeah.
What I was saying to Greg is that, dude, women will not be able to remarry easily when they're old. So to think that women have no incentive to stay married is stupid.
Is this possible even? Is this even possible? Dive to prevent death. Just dive before.
I'm diving. I'm diving. Go on. Talk to Greg. Greg needs our help. He's a man in need.
Okay, dive. Okay, dive
I
from
cannot do it if
the red,
Nadim is
Dan,
from the
giving
yellow
you.
line.
dive here.
Dive from the. No, you
Dive
have to. Yeah,
here.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I call. Nice.
I can't just run and dive. You have to dive there. I got it. I learned. Go on.
So anyway, Greg, there is an incentive for women to stay married, but you have to offer them something that makes sense staying into. Like your marriage has to be built on a strong foundation. If not, they're gonna try to like leave while they still can. And we all know of women who have like left marriages and never remarried because they thought because they were such narcissists that they thought they would get like picked up by, I don't know, swooping Prince Charming with a lot of money and this and that, and they ended up alone. So it's like, who doesn't know one case like that? Unfortunately,
Val,
for
are you still here?
women, no, he's
What was that?
Val, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think about all this? Like Greg just said, OTS. What's that even mean? Not even men versus women thing. It's legislative problem. I probably would have cashed my ass in for a free easy half mil as well. I can't even really blame her. So he's saying that the legal system is against men in this situation.
get a prenup.
Pretty typical men. Pretty typical like manosphere red pill stuff. I mean,
And just
probably
the idea of marriage is completely different. Like there's no value in marriage outside the church. Like it's
Yeah.
useless. Why would you even? I agree with the women that are doing that. Like, why would you even marry with someone?
So he's saying it's a problem of incentives. Sounds like.
Yeah, it's like if they're free to do whatever before marriage and they live the same way, just in like
Whoa.
they just have a paper. Like, okay, the idea of marriage is like
Yeah,
I agree with Greg.
but
that perspective.
even outside the church, but like if someone marries outside the church, it's still like a sanctifying thing because like marriage is holy, as like the idea of marriage is in our human nature, but like I mean, as like if you look at it in a secular way, it's useless. It's completely useless.
yeah, no, but Nadim, what we're talking about is in the case that the other person wants to divorce, and with no fault divorce, like you're idealizing a situation in which it's impossible for the other person to divorce you. Because why? A traditional society, even if the other person wanted to, let's say, divorce you, not only would a priest never like sacramentally divorce you in the sense that you would be married, and if you wanted to marry again, you wouldn't be able to, but
He
also
would in certain cases, yeah, but like
no,
you can
let me finish.
Yeah,
let
I
me
agree,
finish
Greg.
the idea.
Greg, Greg said, I'm not going to call in. I think I've covered all that needs to be said. I agree. Outside of religion, marriage is useless, just a liability. So it seems like his critique is of like secular, governmental marriage.
Yeah, okay, so I agree.
Yeah, but the dimension that I wanted to inject into the conversation is that a traditional society, like women who wanted to divorce, were basically rejects that couldn't participate in society anymore. I'm gonna be completely blunt with that. So divorce was not even on the table. It's like excommunion. You think that excommunion was like the same now that it was like in the Middle Ages? No, it's ridiculous. Like if you were excommunicated in the Middle Ages, like you would be attacked by every neighbor you had. It meant that like taking your shit was free. So if you were to divorce or separate in a traditional society, like you wouldn't be able, you would lose all your people or your friends. Like, well, how would you support yourself? Women weren't able to divorce, so like the reality of divorce right now, it is fueled by the state. So yeah, I understand what Greg was saying, And I think, Nadim, that it's a little bit naive to think that simply because it is a sacrament and the other person says that they are an Orthodox Christian, that somehow that will prevent the other person from divorcing you.
Oh no,
Like,
no, that's not what I'm saying. No, I'm just
okay,
saying
okay,
that. No, I'm just saying that if they're both secular, it's like a marriage in the beginning is useless. But then
yeah,
Orthodox, then you'd have to go into Orthodox marriage in itself, and then etc. Like it's not every Orthodox marriage is perfect. You know, like most aren't.
no, no, of
So
course. What I meant to say is I'm replying basically to myself a few months ago when I thought that like getting a prenup was like fundamentally contrary to the spirit of marriage because somehow like you're preparing yourself to fail. But now that I've thought about it some more, I think a prenup is actually in the case of someone living in the US, a very smart decision.
Well, man,
Like,
my instinct is to be anti-prenup because it should just be a vow that you take. But I think also, like with no fault divorce, like I think there should be many more hurdles and heartaches between the feelings, the lack of the honeymoon or whatever, and the decision to divorce. The less governmental or legislative hurdles there are, the easier it is to divorce. The more divorces there are going to be. And people are little weak bitches, and they need to
that,
persevere through more stuff.
read the private chat.
Do what?
yeah,
Read the private chat.
I have to get out of. Why is my guy doing a little dance? Oh, here it
well,
is. There is Indians watching Bollywood in the room I'm in. What is he doing?
I
What's happening here? Retrieve the flag.
Can you see? Can you see the movie?
Can I see
yes,
the what?
yes, I saw the movie, the film. Thank you,
What am I
Nadim, for
supposed
the
to do?
Bollywood. So, like, simply, my point was very simple. I don't think we get to pretend in the West that the state taking the monopoly on legal marriage didn't affect the church. I think that position is untenable ultimately.
But the other issue is, and this maybe depends on sort of communities you come from, is like when you are in a, like I come from a community where divorce is like the word divorce isn't like even mentioned in a marriage because it's like this
It's not an option.
blasphemous word.
Yeah,
But
same.
the thing is like because of some of these communities, which I think is still better than like communities with high divorce rates. But the other thing is like some people are stuck in like shitty abusive marriages, and
Yeah,
they're
and they
like
can't
they get
exactly.
shunned, kicked out of the community, like you just said in the Middle Ages, sort of living in that mindset to where you can't even get out. Like your husband's been abusive for 20 years. It's like shit.
Yeah, yeah, because you're in a community that you can't divorce at all, and that's not bad. Like you should find like there is a middle ground. Like there is, it exists. There is communities with a middle ground. That's the middle ground between those two is the best case scenario. Actually.
Well, ideally, the state and the church do have a say in your marriage. So,
Yeah, Greg S says single parent homes are not children's best interest. I agree, but seems like the evidence suggests that single dads are actually much better than single moms. That kids have a much better success rate when they have a single dad, which unfortunately our legislative system in most states, at least here in Washington, it's this case where if there's a divorce and like the kids are going to go to one house or the other, it heavily favors the mom, even if in the situation the dad is a much better option. They just default to
Well,
the mom.
I have to go. It was good hopping on here. It's been a long time since I saw you guys, so it was nice talking to you. I'll
See
see
you,
you in
Nadim.
like 7 months.
Ma salam.
مع السلامة يا بابا.
Farewell, Bumbucklad. 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 We got a first person view. How you doing? We got a first person view. How you doing? We got a first person view. How you doing? Am I echoing? Oh my gosh. First person cue, you got to figure out your audio. Your headphones or something's going into your input. Pretty sure that was you. Yep, 100%. That's you. Well, 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I'd like to leave within 10 minutes. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything in the chat? First person key, you can try come back in if you want to figure out your audio issue. Just let me know. Oh, he's making a sick loop. All right, well, that's true. I didn't realize that was art. Let's bring him back in.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I don't hear the feedback.
So, can you hear me? Wave if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, well, I can't hear you. So, do you guys listen through StreamYard? If StreamYard 1, if you listen through through YouTube 2, you listen through StreamYard. So, I need some setting in StreamYard then. All right. Mute stop channel setting. Well, there's no obvious volume.
Westford, can you mute
Well,
other
hello.
people?
I can
Hi,
mute. Yeah.
can you hear us?
I can't.
He says he can't hear us. No.
Let's see.
StreamYard sucks, man.
Well.
Yeah, man, it needs to get better. It's current year, man. We're still dealing with this.
How much are you paying, Westford, for StreamYard?
I don't even remember. It's like
audio anywhere.
$15 a month or something stupid.
Do you do the yearly? Just do the year.
I do. Yes, that's why I don't remember the exact price.
How's the mic volume?
You sound great. I can hear you.
I can't hear you. And if in order to hear you, I need to press play on the YouTube stream, which will obviously cause an echo. So I'm going to mute myself and then press the audio so I can hear your advice as to how to get volume through Streamlabs.
He probably has to go to setting and change like his speakers because his speakers are probably set to his microphone.
What I had to do is, this is like seems like the same kind of issue when I don't know if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me, first person.
I can hear
First person can hear me. Okay, well, this seems like the same issue when I was setting up my Stream Deck, which I need to try to refigure because I think it updated and then something messed up. But I downloaded a program called Audio Banana, something like that. And it lets me go through my inputs and I can separate my desktop audio from like my streaming audio so that I'm able to isolate my desktop audio so I can stream stuff and I can do my buttons and it'll hear the audio without it looping, without it like having a double input. So I had to separate all of the audio inputs through that program and then funnel from there into OBS and then OBS to StreamYard.
So I wanted to say something on the topic of marriage and divorce, and like imagine you were courting someone and then somebody else started courting the same person. Like, wouldn't you feel like that was like a breach of trust? Like, for example, not that a person cannot like know other people before courting, but
biblically, you mean?
No, not biblically.
Just kidding.
But like, if you have a fiance and your fiance is starting to court somebody else, there's clearly a breach of trust there. And the reason I'm bringing this forward is that, like, if you have like a parallel society that tells you, oh, I'm going to accept you even though you're divorced, then that kind of is, let's say, a violation. It's an offense to your close-knit community that doesn't believe in divorce, right? So even like having the state impose by law that you could divorce another person, no fault divorce, I mean, just because why is there an echo? Just because I decided that, that would be an affront to religious communities, and I think that we Orthodox people should definitely stop coping with, okay, we can do our own thing apart from what civil society is doing. And I say this in the context of like Christian nationalism becoming more of a, let's say, political topic, right? It's like, no. Clearly, the fact that the state has no fault divorce laws affects our own marriages, even if we don't want them to. even if we don't want the loss to affect us. So we cannot be blind to that. That's simply the point that I wanted to make.
I can hear you now through StreamYard. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah, and it doesn't sound like there's an echo.
All right, yeah, obvious, yeah. Setting speakers go through the interface. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was just some you figured out. It was just like an input problem.
Hey, technology.
Are we gonna go on?
I wish I could route my camera through OBS so that I could zoom in.
You should be able to. I mean, OBS, you can do your camera and zoom in and everything like that.
When I had OBS open and I first came in, it told me that my camera couldn't activate because I had other applications open. So I shut OBS and then it worked.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe restart your computer. You should be able to use your camera as an input, and you can move it around. You can have your desktop feed going into it with a little your camera feed in the corner. You can do a bunch of different things like that. Whatever. Are you gonna play something?
Sure, not particularly.
All right, yeah. I gotta go here in about 5 minutes. If we want to play something out, and I don't know if anybody else wants to talk. We've been talking about marriage or something. First person, you have any inputs on the marriage and dating and courting conversation we've been having?
It's the same thing everyone says. I'm not married, so I don't have particular advice. No. The system needs to change, and secular people, there's no real good reason to get married, and I don't know. It's all a bummer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. What about this? You hear this?
I do.
Do you hear the echo?
I do. I hear it sounds like reverb.
Yeah, reverb. Got a new 16-channel mixing board for Christmas. It's pretty rad.
Nice.
It's got like 256 tone settings. Just trying to figure it all out. I need to set up a webcam situation that is just not in my bed.
That's pretty much mine. But I mean, I exchanged my bed for Nadine, but I can do this at any time. It's just my bed.
You might want to turn off echo cancellation and StreamYard for music. Okie dokie. All right. Minimize settings, audio, echo cancellation off. How's that? Is that better?
Try playing guitar because you're nope. Echo cancellation is not working. Back on. I turned it on.
Okay. All right.
For some reason, there was feedback when that got turned off.
All right. All right. So I don't need to go turn it on again. You turn it on?
No, I did it for you. You can go ahead and play though. Let's hear some shredding. Let's hear.
Can't shred. Well, don't stop on my behalf. Go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, well, I'll read that comment. What bothers me is that it's really not that hard to figure out. So it's hard to imagine that the legislators didn't see this coming when they incentivize divorce. So what's the agenda there? I mean, it seems like the agenda for basically my whole life has been the dissolution of our institutions, dissolution of our society and our trust. And I mean, why are 60% of Americans obese? Why is the divorce rate high? Why all these things? Few people are profiting off of the suffering of everybody.
Yeah, well, also the agenda is depopulation. But the thing is, if you can manage to organize a small group of people to buck the trend, then like that is the society that will win. Like, and this is basically what people like Andrew Wilson and like those kinds of folks are like trying to propose, which is basically, okay, let's have patriarchy at a small scale, and then our society will outlast theirs. Now, for that to occur, though, I do think that people in the U.S. should definitely try to, let's say, set up the legislative situation in a way that the states, let's say, have a different way of dealing with those things, because you need the states to take power from the federal government. And I don't know how that's going to play out. unfortunately.
Says right, but that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, what's the answer? The answer is either incompetency or malevolence, or a mixture of both. But I think, like I was talking to my dad. My dad's a boomer who says like you know how American is how American excellence. I can't even speak right now. My brain's fried. But he talks about American excellency, whatever that words I'm trying to figure out. But he talks about how great America was growing up, you know, and apple pie and looking up to his parents and everything, and how great things were. But my whole life, I've only seen the decline. I've only seen everything getting worse at a more rapid pace since like 2015. Everything started going hyperdrive. But with this administration, this is like the first time I've seen people pushing things in at least a better direction, and that there's a government that seems to not be trying to destroy everybody. I mean, we're getting common sense legislation. I don't know. I'm not going to black pill about it. I think we can allow ourselves to be hopeful. I see good things happening, so why would I be overly skeptical until I see bad things happening? I don't know. We'll find out how it goes. But I think the last decade, it's been people are scared of all the woke stuff and getting out of line and being destroyed by all the people in power. But the people in power actually were pushovers. They weren't the diehard Bolsheviks that were willing to die for their ideology. They are these insane people. I have to bring this up again. These were our enemies, and they are completely folding under any pressure.
What's happening right now?
That's their reaction. Now that they're not in total power and control, they're having meltdowns, and there's not really any opposition. And the people that are going to be like, who are super actually true believers of the woke ideology, they're going to end up seeing like the deportations, and they're like, "Isn't this crazy? This how do you guys feel about this?" People are like, "I don't know. It's really great. Like, I can afford to go to the doctor now." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, like, yeah, me too." Like, they're going to just start moving with the direction that things are going, because it's not socially acceptable anymore. It's going to be less and less so going forward. So I don't know. Maybe. Hey Mojo, how you doing? Like, things are messed up in our society. Obviously, men and women relationships, the incentives, the legislation, all that stuff, prenups, no fault divorce. There's no reason things can't get better. We just have to work. Do your part, man.
Also, I think it's a good opportunity to consolidate on the fundamentals, because like if you're talking about marriage, it's not like it's fine to look at things like as an economic game sometimes a little bit to play in your mind like war scenarios, but the reality is you're going to marry a person who's like ideally part of your she's going to be your flesh, right? Like, and like you gotta pick someone that you really love, like love the other person, and trust in that, and the rest like will fall in place. It's like we cannot wait for things to get better for us to start living our lives. So if you put your faith in the important stuff, which is values, etc., then you can weed out the wheat from the chaff. The thing is, do you have the heart to take to remove from the list that super hot chick that is really not that faithful? Like, do you have the
well, it's just a hierarchy of values, right? You gotta put the first things first, right? It's the hot holiness or matrix.
Yeah.
Where do they fall on that?
But what if she's bad, bro?
Ooh.
But she's bad though.
I don't know. Women like bad boys. Ooh.
No, I mean bad in like the other sense.
Negative or positive?
Like she bad.
She's a baddie. She's a baddie.
Oh,
she's a baddie.
Oh, she's a bit saucy, isn't she?
So no, Val, have you seen the hot
the
hot holy matrix that that Father
Father
Moses yeah, I
I
think it was
haven't
quite
seen it.
good. No, you should watch it.
Wes just told me that he removed it or took it down. Maybe
That's what I
he
saw. Yeah.
listed it, so I don't know.
Get to watch it. I meant to watch it. It was on the list.
I think it was probably for the best that he removed it because it was a little bit sus, but at the same time, there were a lot of truths. Let's say.
Luigi's wife said it was based, so you know.
I don't know. A lot of people like got up in arms about it, but from my understanding, what people were saying was kind of tongue in cheek, not like it wasn't like a super
No.
serious video. It was
No. It was like a super serious video. It wasn't tongue in cheek at all.
oh, was it? I didn't actually watch it. Let's okay. Here's the
I
link.
did watch it. Is it still on? By the way, I
Video
don't agree
unavailable.
with
This
it.
video is private. He privated it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I do think that it had like a whiff of, because actually like what he wanted to do is tell people go for the mid in terms of looks and look for holiness. Like that was the spirit in which he was like making the video, but like
Did it just sort of come off as like very bro sciencey?
yeah, it came off as like a little bit, yeah, a little bit manosphere like.
All right. But I agree with that. It's like somewhere in the middle is good.
Well, I mean, I don't know. And we can talk about like the 1 to 10 scale or the value or whatever, but I mean, we all know that. I mean, Yvonne says the women's prime is 25. They already passed it, so it's like we all know that beauty's going to fade. We're all going to be wrinkles, meat bags
True.
eventually.
Yeah.
So I don't think the hotness should be too overly emphasized. I mean, I'm not a person that says you have to be totally austere and there shouldn't be attraction in a marriage or whatever, but definitely not the number one thing that keeps a marriage together.
You should be attracted. They should be strong to bear many sons and daughters, and they should be pious.
Yeah. So
like-
first they gotta be Christian. 2, birthed in hips. I need them birthed in hips. And question: who's the judge of hotness? Yeah, I mean, I suppose hotness is in the eye or the ball. It's Yvonne. It's Yvonne.
Well, I guess
That's
there's like a subjective
Arbiter of
band,
hotness.
objective band.
No, it's not subjective, man. There's a market. There's
Yes,
a market.
There's an overall objective degree of hotness, but then within the objective realm and spectrum, there's somewhat subjectivity.
Yeah, I think within
Well, I
the
mean,
whole
okay.
there's societal
Father
objectivity.
Moses made it seem like it's the woman's perspective of herself that gets in her own way. I mean, there are definitely neurotic women who think that they are a 50,000 on the 10 scale, and they're just crazy. There's
The guy
definitely
thinks
people like
she's
that.
an 8, but she thinks she's a 6. Then she's probably a 5.
Dude, just date the 5. You're gonna be happier.
Yeah.
You're gonna be happier. She probably cooks fantastic. She's gonna be grateful that you're with her. So yeah, avoid the 8s.
Just
But what
don't
if
be
you
Well,
like wake up in the morning and like
If
she's not
if
wearing
you listen to One Direction, you'll realize that she's beautiful because she doesn't know she's beautiful. So
I don't.
that's what makes her an 8.
makeup? That's what makes you beautiful.
Uh-oh.
To me, it sounds
Oh
about-
man, you need to figure women out. Good luck with that.
Hmm.
Well, this is a woman asking. But Mel, I saw that you were streaming. Is that something you're doing normally? You're streaming with Real John Connor.
It was a good
Everybody go
stream.
subscribe to Mela Porta. Pull it up real quick. Also, subscribe to this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. We hang out, we do whatever. Johnny Boy will be on here tomorrow probably. Yeah. All these people are making videos about dating people. Just go ask the girl and ditch if she's a witch. That's the advice of Mr. Mondragon.
Yeah. I agree to a certain degree in the sense that, like, there is an element of just go and find out, but it's not like a numbers game, like people say. Like, you have to date within your niche. It's like try to date Orthodox women, try to date perhaps old what was this girl, Val? It was like old
Old right.
all right,
Orthodox, whatever.
all right,
Alt-right.
Orthodox, old believers, like date Protestants, date Catholics, but you're not gonna go on a date with a like liberal. It's like, are you stupid? It's like, no, obviously not. So yeah, go on dates with beautiful women, sure, that's fine. But the reality is, perhaps you're not the dude that she's looking for, and that might be okay. Like if you're not a millionaire and you don't want to cater to her narcissism, like let her pass. Let her pass. And maybe she grows out of it, or maybe she does find her millionaire. Like pray for her.
Amen.
Dude, you're looking for.
Oh, I actually, speaking of like divorce and stuff, I have a prayer request from a sister who grew up Albanian Muslim, and she kind of escaped her husband essentially, and she has a kid, and it's sort of like a custody battle right now, and it's a whole. And she's a catechumen in the Orthodox Church, so she's shunned by her whole family, and needs prayers.
Are you at liberty to give her first name?
No,
Okay, that's fine. Just thought I'd ask. All right, you guys. I am out of here. First person. Q, would you like to play us out?
Sure. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, buddy.
Bye, buddy. Come back now, you hear?
Bye bye now. Bye bye now. See you next time. Bye bye.